So, anyways, Wolf, to start this funny little moment, you will recap, and hopefully it's you.
Come on.
Hold on, I clicked the funny button and it didn't go. Recap, please, for the love of God.
You sure you're clicking the button?
Click it again.
I did click it again.
Watch this.
Yeah, but again.
There it goes, guys. There
Aww.
it goes.
Alright.
Oh
That's
no!
not gonna be up 4 coins.
It said Wolf.
Whoa!
Either way, I don't have to talk for like an hour and a half. See you bitches later.
Hi, I'm here to recap. So first off, where we last left off, we had all just figured out that Taps kind of destroyed her town. So Erwin pulled a sword on her, but then he didn't kill her, so it's all fine. But Toto goes to talk to Erwin to figure out why he pulled a sword on Taps. And we get some insight into Erwin's backstory, and Erwin is in fact racist against his own race. So that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, Saffron decides that for her history project, she's going to reveal everyone's secrets. Because, if no one has secrets, you take away the shock value of people's secrets being revealed. Which, logical, take away the power from the people that do know these secrets. So she's asking people, why did you come to this school? And I don't remember the exact wording of the other question, but, did you do something bad? So then Toto decides to go and talk to Taps. Ian joins, Violet, Saffron. I keep trying to call Saffron Violet, and I don't know why. So Toto is trying to help Taps make her okay, except that he's not good at that. However, he's good enough that he unlocks GIF. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now he's got the funny roll 2 dice and forget about them so that James gets them. And then we jump to Saturday. Erwin goes to talk to Stephanie. Stephanie gives him a book about the research of messing with crafters. Erwin reads the book and is like, oh man, this is the notes from Taps's parents. We need to call CPS. So he's like, okay, I'm understanding more. I'm going to try to figure out if there's a way to reverse this. So he's doing a lot of alchemy over the weekend. Saffron does her thing, talks to everyone on the team. We name the last 2 no-names on Team Wood. They are David and Crystal. Crystal does underage drinking, and David is a noble. Carter is gay for Erwin. And that's all that we learn in Saffron talking to people. So then we go to theater auditions, right? So Casper, incredibly stressed out because we kicked his ass in the challenge and he hasn't had time to practice. So he drops out of the running for the male lead. Somehow Erwin summons the power of Meek and beats Ted. So therefore Erwin is the male lead. Ted doesn't intervene in the audition, so therefore Meek beats Diamond. Toto ends up being Carter's understudy for the narrator. Casper gets cast as the villain, which we don't know why he wasn't auditioning for that in the first place. And meanwhile, Toto gets to play the best friend character, which I don't know why he wasn't auditioning for that in the first place. And then we go to that week's challenges. Team Wood and Silver are selected. So first off, we'll talk about Team Silver challenging Team Iron. So basically, they're like, hey, we're going to do a team battle. All of us plus some of y'all. I think the named characters pretty much weren't allowed to compete on Team Iron. And everything's going well. They set some stakes. The stakes are kind of suspicious, but it's fine because Sylvia turns on Fee and betrays him. So therefore, Team Silver loses the battle, meaning that at the end of the tournament, Team Silver will disband with Fee and a couple other people going back to joining Team Iron, and everyone else going back to their previous teams. Kind of fucked. Team Wood, meanwhile, challenges Team Gold, but specifically, Barkley and unnamed partner, meaning Toto, will challenge Chris and unnamed partner. And I think the terms are that basically like the winner gets to choose whether to expel Barkley / Chris, whoever's the loser. And that's where we last left off. We're going to watch Wolf play for an hour while everyone else gets to eat food.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
You ready? You ready, Wolf, to entertain us all?
Y'all are gonna have a stroke.
You want to be entertained.
I'm ready to be entertained. Let me put velocity on real quick. All right. So you guys see that horrific betrayal going on, but you don't have much time to recover as it's time for your match to start next. And you see Fee's very distraught. Everyone on Team Still was very distraught after watching that betrayal from Sylvia. She immediately leaves the field, not really saying anything to anyone, and just walking off. But it doesn't take long before Ian calls forth the next challenge.
Before we go onto the field, I'm gonna ask Saffron for a water bow.
Well, I guess I could manage that for you.
Thanks. It was really helpful the last time, so.
Oh well, that's really good to hear.
The water bow. It hurts.
Good luck.
Water bow.
Water.
Listen, I'm using the stuff you've given me.
It scares me whenever I open up a new tab and I just see my home background is just mossy reef. Anyways, you guys, you make the water bow. It's a long bow, I'm guessing, right, Saffron?
Yeah, I thought about making a short bow.
I use a long bow, you bastard.
Today it's a short bow. Good luck.
Hold on, let me open equipment.
I'm sorry. Do you have the mage spell, or does Saffron have the mage spell? That is up to Saffron and no one else.
What if I give you a composite longbow? Just a longbow.
Thanks.
All right. So with that, you enter the field with Barkley. Barkley he has different equipment than what you're used to. Right now, he has a bow staff strapped to his back, but he also has a blowgun, and he's loading it with a dart.
I love him.
You're taking it seriously, I see.
That's what he wanted, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that is what he wanted. I just didn't expect you to actually, do it.
He's gonna look you in the eye. Don't interfere, Toto. Whatever happens, let it happen, okay?
No promises.
Don't interfere with this fight if you want to help Chris.
I'm not just going to let you die, though. If something happens, Kotal has to be there, but I'll keep her with me if that makes you feel better.
He'll just pat you on the shoulder. Just trust I'm not trying to kill myself out there. I'll be fine.
Sure.
All right, and with that, you guys enter the arena, and you see Chris walk out, cracking his knuckles. He's wearing like some heavy armor. He's no weapon to him at all. No weird morphing with his fingers or anything like that. But you do see behind him, cowering behind him, is Juno.
Oh, we called it!
I knew it.
Okay, wait. So do I need to roll for my days rolls?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you didn't roll them last time, right?
No, those were used on the other day, not today.
Roll your gift.
A 16 and a 4.
All right. Finally, been too long. I've been waiting for this. It looks like we're gonna be fighting Toto. Please, go easy on me.
Don't worry, Juno.
So many people watching right now. It's really uncomfortable. Be careful of, and you see the loud snort of a boar as it approaches from behind Juno and stares you down.
Oh god, I'm gonna get mauled. Fuck. This is what Toto was afraid of.
And you see Juno's squirrel just like flight. The boar is medium size. The squirrel is still small size as he like it hops off of Juno's body.
No,
and
the squirrel
lands on the
scares
ground.
me more. The squirrel scares me more. Fuck off!
Why is the squirrel scaring you more?
Fuck off. I don't like squirrels.
Wish PTSD intensifies.
That's squirrelophobic.
That's pretty squirrelophobic. We get like a sandy
so there's
color.
3 Beastmasters.
Oh shit, that's a Pachirisu. Let's go. Why is the other one not a Pokemon?
Was it gonna be like Emboar?
I see 4 pets and only 1 Pokemon.
I think it should be Emboar, honestly.
Yeah.
I see 4 pets.
We got an Emboar, we got a Murkrow, we got a Sniper.
Like, can we just change all the pictures of Beastmaster pets? They have to be Pokemon?
I don't think they have to be Pokemon.
I think legally they do, James.
I don't think they legally.
Total to Viper.
If Wolf's down, then we can do it.
What the fuck would Blossom change into? Fucking Cherub?
Okay.
Revenant.
Sudowoodo.
Yeah, Sudowoodo.
Sudowoodo.
Christ.
Anyway.
Nah, it's Trevenant. It's okay. Trevenant's a ghost.
Hell yeah.
Blossom's dead. And if you want one for Barkley, pick Murkrow.
Yeah, Murkrow.
I'm assuming that's a crow.
This is what I put up with
Let me
DMing
find
you people.
Viper real quick.
His pet is a crow, right?
Yes, it is a crow.
Oh.
Why'd you say it like that?
Let's go. Because isn't it Finn's pet a Lycanroc?
Yes.
I have so much power.
That was your doing. You made that picture. You did that.
Taps has Teddy Ursa.
Okay, that was me.
Yes.
Who are other Beastmasters?
Hold on. I gotta
like
change.
all of them.
I gotta change Kotal real quick.
This is all in the session, right?
Yeah. Let's just stay in. Keep this one in. Keep this in just to show them what I have to pull up with.
Now, for those of you at home, I want to ask you a question. If you played a Beastmaster, what Pokemon would you bring into battle? And why?
Put your comments down below. For some reference, these are all sort of like barriers that you can like crouch behind, so they're not quite 5 feet, but if you can end your turn, like get cover from them still. Except for the one in the center, this thing is 30 feet in the air, and the ropes allow you to use it without having to go up it normally without having to use climbing speed.
Okay.
So, any more questions before we start?
No, I'm fine with the battlefield now.
All right. Let me see. Let me get
Too bad I didn't take that marksman thing where I get bonuses from being high up.
Oh, sad life. You see sort of so that's how you see how Barkley enters with his blowgun ready. Chris going in with heavy armor. You see Juno come out and she sort of sheepishly pulls out her longbow, readying to fight.
Oh crap, we got 2 archers.
And with that, and she has a short sword also equipped to her side. And with that, we're going to roll initiative and start to this bloody battle.
Fuck.
What element is the boar?
The boar is fire.
That's funny.
Ian's never punished.
I really am not. I do not think you understand. Nothing has gone wrong for me yet today.
I fucking hate.
I didn't have to recap. We have 4 funny coins.
Dang, that's a sad life we live. I'm gonna go ahead and coin that. I don't like that.
I almost coined it for you. If you waited like 1 more second, I would have coined. Ah, that's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
Here, what if I just give you a coin back?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll
No,
quit
you
Barkley.
can't. Oh, you can't Barkley. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You changed them to Pokemon. I have no reason to be mean to you.
All right.
Hey, I changed mine to Survivor.
Slightly
and you're being
lower.
Mean to me.
Slightly lower.
Well, yeah. Now you got the same time as him.
That's true. All right, let's get Gino on here. Come on. Okay, apparently it's low initiative day.
You're gonna crit on Embor.
All right, and then last but not least, Pepper.
Embor has a quick claw.
Never mind, they have a lagging tail.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we're going to start things off.
Wait.
You didn't roll the Murkrow.
Murkrow, my bad. I know I was forgetting one. I'm sorry. There's like so many things on the screen
no,
right now.
you're fine. You're probably our 3 fucking Beastmasters.
It's a 2v2, but there's like
There's three Beastmasters.
No, it's a 4v4 at this point.
yeah, it's a 2v2, but there's fucking 8 things on the screen.
Alright, so with that, it's gonna start off with Mitz. Mitz is going to go.
Wait, the Pachirisu's name is Mitz?
Yeah.
I changed my mind. I fucking love it.
Didn't take
Yeah,
much,
say that again when it fucking kills you.
That's when the Wish PTSD comes back again.
Alright, we're gonna. Mitz is gonna go. It's gonna go there, 45 feet. I'm just gonna use a bonus action to dash.
What up?
Is it a flying squirrel?
No, it is land.
That's
It's gonna
good.
run up to you, look at
That's
you.
why it's not a Molga.
It's. What did you say?
Oh, did you
It's
say
gonna-
a Molga?
Yeah.
A Molga. It's gonna look at you, and Kodo is gonna scratch a little bit, and it's going to just like give you a little squirrel smile.
I fucking hate it.
Why?
I hate you.
Why?
PTSD. And Toto has
I
trauma
didn't
from
do
Wish.
anything. I haven't done anything. Why are you getting mad at me? I need
You're
to look up
putting
how this ability
flavor
works.
into it.
Wait, did that count as it approaching me though?
You're just using the breath weapon.
Is it within 30 feet of you? You got within 30 feet of you, so you can use your action if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my reaction. Do I get to do the funny water thing to it, or is that an
yeah,
action?
let me put it in the chat. Hold on. Bam. It's once per round when you make an attack, you can decrease the AC.
Okay, so I'll save it then. But I still get to shoot it. Let's fucking go.
Just miss.
Yeah, like that. You fire off, it misses. It base dodges away. Then it's gonna sit there, look at you for a bit, and then it's going to. Yeah, I got that right. It's going to just basically sneeze, and a little spark of electricity goes out, and then it sneezes again, and it shoots a bolt of lightning through you and Kodo. I need a dexterity saving throw.
I fucking hate you.
I can't believe you just got hit by Zing Zap.
So that's my dex save.
Alright.
And then this is Kodel's dex save.
I love Pokemon so much.
That should not have been at advantage, but you know.
Alright.
I'm gonna coin that.
Okay.
There she goes.
Alright.
So I was like, she should not fail that.
Alright, you both are going to take a total of 9 points of lightning damage. Actually, wait, hold on. My bad. Wait, 1 second. It went up. They're level 8. Hold on. Sorry, you take... oh, yeah, that's much better. Sorry, you take 16 lightning damage. I forgot level 4 goes up to 5d8. There you
Okay, sorry. You said level 8, and I was like,
Level 4. Level 4.
That'd be funny. I wouldn't even be mad.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, Juno's level 8. Juno's almost done. Juno's an accelerated program. Yeah, so you're gonna take so you guys passed, so I already halved it.
Yeah.
It's 16. And with that, it's that was 30, so that's 10 feet left. So I'm gonna go.
Toto's already bloodied.
Gonna go there, and that's gonna be the end of its turn. Toto.
So Kotal's still rocking on me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna come over here, and then we're gonna dash up,
Okay.
and that's my full movement.
Okay.
So, are you Kotal's mount?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why Kotal is small. I purposely keep Kotal small.
All right, Barkley's gonna run up behind the cover, peek out, and sort of shoot a blow dart at Chris. So we're gonna make an attack.
I get to see Barkley fight, and it makes me happy.
Where is it?
I mean, if you and Juno's fight keeps like this, Toto's not gonna see it.
That is going to. Oh, am I crazy? Oh, yeah, never mind. That misses. Boy, he has good armor. He shoots, is gonna miss, and then Barkley's going to fire again. Dang, he can't hit today. Is there a coin? I'll coin him. I'll give him a coin. So I'll try one more time.
Now we'll get an 11.
Dang, it's not happening.
That's
All right. That's
Yeah,
going to be his
bad
attacks.
life.
And he's going to. That was. How much movement? So he rushes in, he misses the attacks. He goes in, he's just going to take another 5 foot back. And I think that's all he can do. Oh, wait, does he? Oh, that wouldn't have done anything. Cool. All right, that's going to be his turn.
Let's go, Murkrow.
All right. Little bird's going to take off. Well, sorry, the bird was on his shoulder, so the bird's still here. Bird's going to take off now. Go 30 feet in the air. And then.
Small pet squad.
And it's going to go fly over here. And while flying in the air, is going to take a shot at Chris.
Oh, ranged attack. Ranged birdie.
It's going to hit Chris. And it's going to deal 8 points of darkness to Chris.
Dude, that's kind of edgy.
Chris's turn. Now for the fun part. Chris is going to use his bonus action to activate Tough Skin, so he's going to get resistance to physical. It's going to be 1 mana.
Wait, what kind of physical?
It's any physical damage.
Okay, so it's just all of them.
And he's going to 25, get over to Barkley, and with his action, he's going to punch him.
Just crit.
I miss. Second attack. Sorry, on the second attack, I'm going to actually. I was going to say I'm going to bob and boxer sting. Let me go ahead and roll that. No,
I'm
you
gonna
see.
give him a 4.
I already rolled. Yeah, screw it. I'll give him a 4. All right. He'll miss his attack, and that'll be Chris's turn.
See, Barkley doesn't know I interfered on that one.
Okay. He knows. Action.
Fuck, go away. Get away from me, Juno. Go away. Fuck off.
What are you so scared
Go away. Fuck off.
of? What are you so scared of? You know what? No, she's not going to do that. She's actually just going to go here and hold an action. Kodal.
Alright, so Kotal's gonna do what Kotal does. She's going to heal me. Because Kotal do
Do you
what Kotal
consent?
does. Yes, I consent. I just want to make sure that it didn't go up because I haven't been updating these. Yeah, it went up to a D8. All right. So she's gonna heal me. I need to change this real quick. To do
Very, very crazy, buddy.
So
All right.
7. And that is her turn.
Cool. Boar's gonna charge up here. And it's going to dash and get here and stare at you.
I fucking hate you, you little shit.
And actually, it's going to, because that was a bonus action. It's going to use their bonus action to activate resistant skin. Yeah, sorry, resilient skin. And I'm going to put those two on there. I don't tell you what resistance I'm adding on there. Got it. Crazy. All right, and that's going to be their turn.
Something tells me he just used Sunny Day to make it brighter.
It's just gonna go here. Gonna bonus action dash to get like here.
Alright, I'm gonna fucking shoot it as it comes at me, the little bitch.
Okay.
She takes 7 water.
Okay. All right, and then as it goes up there, he's gonna. Mitz is gonna just look at you and just start scratching at you violently. Also, I want to let you know right now, Wolf, I'm pretty sure you're not adding your expertise when you roll Kotal's attacks. You're only adding hers. So you should be adding another +3.
Yeah, it changed it. I had it, and then it changed it. I fucking rolled fine.
Alright. I'm gonna attack. That's gonna hit you. You're gonna take 8 lightning damage.
Kotal's gonna take that for me.
Alright. Then Squirrel's gonna see that Total took it and just look to Kotal and then attack and bite down on Kotal's neck. Or body, rather. I crit.
Of course you did.
Kotal's going to... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna coin your crit.
What's Kotal's AC?
Kotal's AC is a 17.
I hit. Kotal's going to take 7 lightning damage. And that's going to be my turn. Toto.
Okay. So now for the difficult decisions. Because I am not doing too hot. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I hate this. Okay. This is why I don't like fighting on my own. Because Kotal's not an attack snake. I am not an attack person.
To be fair,
You have a bow. What do you mean
these
you're not an attack
masters
person?
just scary.
These bastards scary.
Multi-pet is scary.
Fuck, I'm not gonna get a good chance to heal Kotal again.
Sir Viper does not win the Immort and Pachirisu matchup.
No, it really
Well, there's
doesn't.
one thing that Survive has going for them compared to the other 2 pets. A health pool.
Gen 3 Pokemon, you're right.
That's true.
Okay, so I'm going to take my action to heal Kodal.
Okay.
I don't have it down because it's not something I, use. So she heals for 9.
Using pet mending?
Yeah.
That's a D6. Where are you getting a D8 from?
Is that still, does that remain a D6 at level 4?
I'm pretty sure it starts with a D4, then a D6, then it goes D8.
It does start as a D4.
Okay, so yeah, let me re-roll that then.
Just get a 6 again. I believe it.
Yeah, it's like the same thing because I didn't roll above a 6, but
Mm.
8.
There we go.
Because it still likes me for some reason. So that's my turn.
All right. Barkley's going to just bonus action disengage. He's going to shoot at Chris. That's hits. So he's going to deal 4 points of damage to Chris, and Chris is going to make me a con save. If only I knew how to fly. I have 3 coins, right, Ian?
Yeah.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Just
Sorry,
to
I
make
didn't know if I was muted, so I thought just saying yeah twice would clear that up.
sure.
I didn't even try to like unmute my headset. I just said yeah twice.
Chris fails, and you see Chris passes out asleep.
Hell yeah, go Barkley! Hell yeah. Happy days, happy days.
And yeah, that's gonna be Barkley's turn. Kyle to
Birdie.
gonna go over here and shoot at the squirrel.
Thank you.
Gonna hit the squirrel
Thank you.
and deal 9 points of darkness to the squirrel.
Thank you.
Squirrel's bloodied. Chris is gonna make a con save, try to wake up.
Man, initiative really does fuck you over.
Chris wakes up. Actually, no, I want to coin that so that he can't wake up. Let's go. Cool, he wakes up. All right, Chris wakes up. Let me quickly check and see if that is at the beginning of his turn. Damn. I don't like that I'm listening to. I'm not gonna say what I'm listening to.
What are you talking about, James? I can see it.
Yeah, I didn't want Ian. I didn't want to tell Ian what I'm listening to.
Let's go, baby! For those of you who don't know, he's listening to Black Clover, and Black Clover is good. Put your hands up, baby.
All right, got it. Cool. Oh, actually. Hey. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. I misread that ability. Never mind. Revert that coin, Ian.
Sir, yes, sir.
I misread the ability. He makes a save every minute, so he's still asleep.
Oh, holy shit.
So I'm actually gonna go back and redo a turn. That damage wouldn't happen. Actually, that damage would happen. Sorry, I'm thinking about who's who. That damage happens. Instead, at the end of this bird's turn, the bird's gonna start calling loudly. Yeah. Cool. Juno's turn. Chris is asleep. Juno's going to climb up here. And she's going to... What's she going to do? She's going to take one shot at you, Toto.
Okay.
So she's going to shoot her longbow at you. I'm gonna hit.
Okay.
You're gonna take 10 points of piercing,
Okay.
and then she's gonna take a second shot at Kodal. I miss.
All right.
All right, Kodal's turn.
All right. So Kodal is going to take a bite at the squirrel.
All right. I was gonna say I want to coin that first.
Oh. Well, let me
So
reroll.
roll again.
Okay, we're
bad.
just.
Do you want me to reroll the damage?
No, you keep the damage. Can I
Okay,
do
so
something about
15 light damage.
something I could do about this? Do I have that equipped? I do not have that equipped. All right. Squirrel's dead.
Hell yeah. Good job, Kodal. You have a higher body count than I do.
Pachirisu
Is that Kodal's turn?
fainted.
Yeah, that's Kodal's turn.
All right.
Not much she can do with her bonus action.
Uh. Hmm. 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 This is really funny, and I kind of want to do that.
Remember the fallen.
It's kind of funny, and I think I might just end up doing that. Hmm.
I feel like at this point you can't not do it.
I mean, like, hold on. Does this let me do it better? Okay, never mind. All right. We're gonna go. But I. All right, never mind. What's gonna happen is thing is gonna go here, look over the edge, and it's gonna target Barkley.
Can I shoot it?
Go for it.
Let's shoot this bitch. Alright.
Not Barkley. I meant to say Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the bitch. Alright. And I am going to lower its AC real quick.
All right.
So its AC
Okay.
is now lowered by 3.
That hits.
5
Okay.
water.
Cool.
That take
Got
it
it.
down?
Does that take it down? Yeah, it's dead now. It's
The boar is dead.
yeah. It only needed 1 hit. It had. I put all the health into the squirrel. I. It's gonna basically shoot down a little spurt of fire at Barkley. Not Barkley. I keep saying Barkley. Chris, and Chris is going to. Okay, Chris is gonna wake up. All right, and that's gonna be his full turn. Mitz is dead. Toto.
Okay. So this is where Toto interferes a little bit. Good question though is if I debuff or buff. Either way about it, I'm gonna expend, what is that? 1 mana to start my story. So they need to make me I think it's an intelligence. I can't find it. Hold on. Yeah, they need to make me an intelligence DT 15? 14. DT 14.
Who needs to?
So that is a good question. Fuck. No, you know what? Actually, Barkley, the Crow, and Kodal will all be affected by this, and they all get 1d12 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Do they have to consent to that?
Yeah. Barkley will consent to that.
Yeah.
Does the
now-
crow consent?
Is the crow consent? Barkley's gonna get 11 from that.
I think it would have been funny if this whole time Barkley just refused to consent to anything Toto did.
That
Like,
would be funny.
that makes sense.
That's well, Toto's not actively trying to, kill Chris or defend Barkley.
Yeah, I'm not actively trying to do it. It's basically a, hey, I'm fixing to die. Kodal's fixing to die. Can I, do this real quick?
Okay. Is that your turn, Teta?
Mhm.
Alright. Barkley's going to pull back here. He's going to take a shot. Actually, no, the guy's on the ground. Barkley's going to put away his bow, his blow darts. He's going to pull out his bow staff a little pointy bit at the end, a little stabby bit. It's a finesse spear. Leave me alone. And he's gonna run forward.
It's a finesse. Leave me alone.
And he's going to try to stab at Chris.
Just a bow staff where he whittled it into a spike at one end.
Yeah, it's pretty much. All right, bet. How many coins do I have?
2v2.
3-2. I'm gonna coin his roll. See if I get a lower one. Doot. Bet. Okay, he misses. First attack misses. He's gonna make a second attack.
Aren't both rolls coined?
No, it's just you re-roll
Okay.
one and you take that new one. He's gonna hit that second attack at him, so that's gonna be 5 piercing, and he's going to basically have Chris make a con save again. Pass this, please. Or roll like crap. All right, Chris fails.
You wanna coin it? You have one coin left.
I'm not using my last coin on this. And Barkley affects Chris with something, and Chris becomes drunk.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, I fucking love you, Barkley.
All right.
Looks like I'm gonna have to make Barkley one of my NPCs.
Oh, shut up.
I already stole Porter from you.
And
I let you have
when he stabs into him, you see Chris sort of yell out in pain, but then he then starts laughing. Oh, you shouldn't have done that one. That just made things a lot easier.
Oh no, he's drunken master.
Oh, fuck.
And by that I mean he took all the drunk stuff in the fighter tree.
And by that, I
Not
mean he just
fighter,
drunk.
the punchy boy tree.
Brawler.
Brawler.
So with that, Barkley gets a bit
Oh,
freaked
no.
out, and Kalu sort of he's gonna, okay, Kalu, backup plan, and Kalu is going to, Kalu disengage. I think he can. Yeah, he can. To look at his skills.
Murkrows aren't pussies.
Okay, Ian.
You think that Murkrow won't just fucking let the Emboar beat the shit out of it?
You know what? He doesn't have much of a choice. He's gonna move away. And Pepper is gonna make an attack opportunity.
Don't forget the crow has temporary hit points.
It's gonna hit the crow. And deal 8 points of fire to the crow.
Reality can be whatever I want.
Reality can be whatever I want. Alright. The crow's going to, that was 5. It's going to drop down to about 5 feet off the ground. And then with the action is going to basically break apart and disintegrate and turn into insects.
What the fuck?
I know what this means.
What the fuck? What
It's a
the
swarm of
actual
Caterpies.
fuck? James, why would you do this to me?
And with that, it's going to be Kalu's turn. Chris is going to just chill on the ground as he just sort of rolls around. As he rolls around, he's going to send a kick straight to Barkley's face.
I fucking love it.
I can't believe the Murkrow turned into
I'm
Weedle.
I'm gonna add Bob and Weave to this, as well as Boxer Sting. Sorry, before that, let me do this properly. He's going to use his bonus action and mark Barkley with his Predator ability. Alright, cool. That's gonna be his bonus action.
He's still prone, right? Is
Yeah.
he prone?
Yeah. It doesn't. He seems to not affect him at all. He's fighting just as normally.
I don't know if he was fighting prone or not.
He's fighting prone right now.
Well, let's fucking go. As much as I'm a part of Team Wood, I think Team Gold deserves to win.
All right, so he's going to do a punch. He's going to hit Barkley. Am I doing? Anyone doing anything?
I can't do anything.
All right. He's going to deal 19 points of damage to Barkley.
Hey, Barkley had 11 fucking temporary hit points, so you know.
So that's reduced to 8 points of damage to Barkley. And he's going to make a second attack at him. This one's not going to have anything on it. I'm pretty sure Predator. It's only once per round. Whenever you hit... Oh, is this anytime? Oh, that's kind of dope. Whenever you hit... yeah, it's whenever you hit them. Cool. Cool. So he's going to not have those two on there. And he's going to attack him with that. He's going to hit Barkley.
I coin it.
Okay.
He's gonna crit Barkley.
Hit Barkley still. He's going to deal 9 points of damage to Barkley. And I believe, can he do anything else funny? Is there any other funny abilities that Chris can do? That's all he has for now.
I'm assuming.
Oh, wait, I can do that. I forgot I can do that. I need to remember I can do that. That's going to be his turn. What are you saying, Ian?
I'm assuming Barkley's bloodied.
Yes, Barkley is bloodied. You're doing a pretty good job, but I'm gonna kill you. Juno is going to shoot. It's gonna shoot a Toto twice. Actually, no. Juno's gonna shoot a Kotal twice. There's something better planned for dear old Toto.
Sure.
I'm gonna coin. I hit Kotal. It's gonna be 10 points of damage to Kotal.
Okay.
Second attack at Kotal.
Supposed to be
I
3
hit.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
can I coin that?
Okay.
You basically just got rid of her temporary hit points.
I still hit. 11 points of piercing to Kotal. And with that, I'm gonna move over there, and that's gonna be her turn. Kotal.
Okay. What does Kodal do? Well, fuck. Sad days, sad days. Well, sad days, sad days, sad days. God, because I gotta, like, okay, so it would be reasonable for Kodal to either heal Toto, or for Toto to send her off to go heal Barkley. then Toto would switch tactics when it's his turn again. But then he won't survive his next turn, so Kotal has to heal Toto. So that's what she'll do. But instead of just using 1 mana, we're gonna use 3. Alright. And that is how much mana is that? 2d6 plus my CA.
Okay.
So Toto heals back for 14.
Alright.
And that is Kotal's turn.
Got it. Going to rush forward.
Shoot it. I
Okay.
fucking shoot it.
Okay.
Do I have to do the funny D4 again?
Is it? You shot it. Yeah, you have it back.
Alright, I'm gonna fucking lower it by 4. So
Okay.
I can fucking hit it. Alright, and then go away.
No.
I swing that. Go away.
Okay. Alright, that hits.
11.
Alright, cool. It's going to use its reaction, and it's going to Mighty Step, so I'm going to need you to make me a... Where is it at? I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Me and Kotal, or just me?
Just you. Alright, you're knocked prone.
Yeah.
And then it's going to... Oh, I'm going to do the funny thing. It's going to push you off the edge.
Yep.
I knew that was the funny thing.
Alright, it's going to be your acrobatics or athletics versus their acrobatics.
And I can't
Sorry,
see
they're
what
athletic,
theirs
my
is. Okay, Toto's gonna do the funny. I should save the funny, but I'm gonna do the funny. I'm gonna give myself an auto 16, so I have a 19 acrobatics.
Alright, I'm going to coin.
Wait, Wolf, did you coin the hit?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm just not gonna check. I'll just put it.
So 13 acrobatics.
What?
You coined me.
No, I coined myself.
Oh, you coined yourself. All right.
Yeah. I coined myself. You're at a 19, but I still
Yeah.
passed because I rolled higher.
Okay.
So you're gonna get pushed off the cliff. You go
Okay,
5
what
feet
happens
over.
for Kotal?
What do you mean if you go down?
Yeah, because
Is
she's
Kotal on you? Oh, she's
Yeah.
still on you. She goes off too then. You both fall. There's ups and downs to having mounting something.
Yeah.
All
No,
right, so
I just normally have her on me, and so it's not fair to say, oh, I got pushed off. She's still on there. It's not fair.
so you, I have to look up rules because Kotal's a small creature right now. I said 30 feet, right, Ian? That's how high up it was. Pretty sure I said 30 feet.
I didn't.
Yeah, right, 30 feet.
I meant to ask you halfway through because
okay,
I didn't
1d4.
actually hear.
So you're gonna take, Toto. Jeez, 16 falling damage, and Kotal's going to take, because it's a D4, 3d4. Kotal takes 8 falling damage.
Oh, thank God.
Is it Toto down?
Nope, neither one of us are down.
All right,
We're still alive.
Toto, it's your turn. You're prone.
Okay. So we're gonna have to do the funny. We're gonna have to do a funny to save my ass. Alright. So Toto gets up. I have 15 movement speed because that was half my movement. So I'm gonna move over here just to be over here with Kotal. Right. And then I'm switching tactics. I'm using another mana to start a new story. And now I need Chris, the Boar, and Juno to make me an intelligence save, DC 14.
I'm coining. All right. All right. There it is. All right. Pepper fails. Juno fails. Chris passes.
Okay, so those that failed are now charmed towards me,
Okay.
so they can't attack me. And now those that failed must make a wisdom save anytime they want to attack somebody.
Okay, so it charms them and does that? Okay. Unless you have to charm them first.
Is it a multi-round thing? Because if it is, it's hard to understand for me. I've read it like 3 or 4 times, and I keep not understanding.
Let me read it real quick. Storyteller.
Yeah, because I'm doing tragedy.
You may use a 4-round action 1 mana to begin telling a story. While telling your story, you may affect number of creatures do CA. These creatures may make a intelligence save. On the failed save, they're considered charmed towards you. While you're telling a story, you may not attack or use bonus action. That's just the first part of it.
Okay. So yeah, they're charmed towards me then for this first round.
While you're telling a story, you may because as you may use your action. So the first part is a full round action. The second part costs an action.
All right. So yeah, they're charmed. They can't attack me. What's up?
Yeah. All right. Cool. Next up is going to be Barkley. Look, Chris, I don't know why you're so angry. I know, Chris. I'm just trying to do better. Can we? I don't know why you have to solve things like this. And he's gonna just attack him.
I hope they become gay for each other.
That's it. It was normal actually because he's drunken master. That still hits though. He's gonna deal 10 points of damage to Chris. Okay. Is that the best you got? Is that the best a murderer's got? Go ahead and get angry. I'm not gonna change my mind. Show me those venomous fangs of yours. It's like, that's not what I'm trying to do, Chris. And he's gonna attack him again. And with this time, he's gonna coat his blade. And we're going to make an attack. And he's going to. Okay. Cool. That still misses him.
It's closer though.
It was closer. He stabs into the ground. No, that's always you want to do. All you are is a monster. You can't change that. Go ahead and do it. Poison me. I know you want to. And you're gonna see Kalu's gonna go over here and swarm mode go into Chris.
Weedle Armada.
And gonna make a swarm attack at Chris. Is that? Would you count that as flanking?
I mean,
It's-
that's a hard one actually.
Here, we can make this easier.
I
I
will say
I'll do this. I'll do it from here first, and then go inside of him, because it doesn't really change anything.
All right, whatever works.
That hits. Kylie's gonna do 11 piercing to Chris, and Chris is gonna make me a con save. Oh wait, hold on, my bad. Oops. I forgot that turned off. All right. Con save from Chris. Chris passes. And that's gonna be Chris' turn. Chris is going to what does he want to do here? So I find this really funny. Oh, get out of here, you stupid flies! He's gonna use his full on action to make 4 unarmed strikes at the insects.
Jesus Christ.
And
So
he's going.
he would roundhouse kick him.
He's going to. What can you do here? He's going to. Yeah, make him a disadvantage. And I think is this any attack? It's my drunken blow. It's whenever. Okay. He's gonna basically cancel them all out by using drunken blow. So he's gonna basically reroll his damage each time. So first attack, he's gonna hit. So we're gonna roll that twice. He's gonna deal 9 points of damage. Second attack. Actually, what coin? Where my coins at? 2-2.
2-2.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna coin. He's gonna hit. He's gonna deal 5, so we're at 14. Third attack. Jeez. All right, you misses that third attack. Last attack. I hit. And he's going to deal a total. So in total, he deals 22 points of damage to him. 22 points of damage to Kalu, which hurts a good amount. All right, and that's going to be Chris's turn. He's still on the floor, by the way. He's doing this all from the floor. He's like basically getting up, twirling around his legs around, and roundhouse kicking people. Occasionally, just springing up for a second, just to punch at the insect, just to fall back to the ground. He looks like a floundering fish if you don't know what he's doing.
Chris is the guy from the Dimension W opening.
Jesus.
Juno is going to look over at Kodal and fire a shot. Fire 2 shots at Kodal. First one's a crit.
I'm gonna coin it.
All right. Well, Kodal's at 18 or 19?
17.
17? I hit.
Alright, she goes down.
It's 8 piercing.
Yeah, she goes down.
All right. And then, is there any saves to break free? Or is it just when they use? Hold on.
It says every time I use the ability, I have to make a performance check. So if I fail the performance, then she gets to make another save. If not, she doesn't save.
Okay, so she's just gonna. You always play really beautiful music, Toto. But can you please stop it so we can finish this? Or like, I don't know. This is kind of really weird. And she's gonna just sit down and wait.
I love you, Juno. Alright.
Kodal's dead.
Yep, Kodal's down.
The pig will keep going towards you.
Get away from me, you little shit.
It's just, you see it fighting against the magic. It's just heavily snorting at you. All right. Toto.
Okay. Toto, go bye-bye.
Well, right now you're in a perfect state of they can't do anything. Stop running.
Toto, go bye-bye. Okay, I have a quick question about potions, James.
Yeah.
What is the action economy for drinking a potion?
Item interaction, so it's free.
Okay, then I am just going to drink one of my potions. So I will now heal back 1d6. Yeah, so for 1d4 rounds, I will heal back for a d6 every round.
All right.
So I've been holding on to these for a very long time, James.
They've gone bad. They've expired, actually. You take actually minus D12 in poison damage
Wow, incredible.
from
Okay,
how old they are.
Isn't a
If you would've-
minus D12 healing though?
So I heal back for 3. And then I'm going to make a performance check real quick. I make it.
All right.
So now Juno and the boar, if they ever want to attack, they must make a wisdom save.
You're just being a little bastard right now. All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm being a little bitch.
I'm not gonna do that, Chris. I'm not gonna. I poison people. I can't get past. That's how I fight. But I'm not going to use those toxins again. That's not who I am anymore. You're just lying. You're lying. If you don't use the poison, I'm just gonna kill you. I guess you're gonna have to kill me then, Chris. And he's gonna attack him. Oh.
Do they not have advantage because of the funny swarm?
Oh yeah, swarm. You're right.
Yeah.
See if we get a crit. Or just take the first one. I don't know why I did that. All right. He's going to actually attack him, and with that little, he has one last dose of this. And make that funny con save for Chris. Let's see if this works. Because if not, it's a very expensive failure. All right. Chris fails. Chris is taking a level of exhaustion.
Holy shit, that's brutal.
All right. And that's going to be his turn. And then Kalu's gonna go. And Kalu's gonna make an attack. Kali's going to hit and deal 8 points of damage to Chris. All right, and I'm gonna do that. Chris is going to basically, he sort of yells in pain a little bit from the migraine he's got from that poison. He just slowly gets up, swatting away at the insects. You know, you're a pain in the ass, Barkley. That was a really good poison, except for the fact that he's gonna use his reaction, and he's going to activate something that Garrett might see: Purging Coat.
Yeah.
So, he can remove one harmful effect that was caused by a failed Constitution saving throw, so he just negates the poison. Yeah, I've spent so much time ever since you hit me with that damn poison. I want to make sure nothing ever did that to me again. Your little whatever doesn't hurt me like it used to. You can't do anything, Barkley. You might as well just go for the kill. Because you can't freeze me. You can't keep me down for long. You're gonna die if you don't bury those fangs that are in you. Get your gun, let's find out what it does. He's going to, Barkley's just gonna look him in the eye. And I told you, Chris, if you want to kill me, do it. I'm different. I told Toto I'd be different. I told my team I'd be different. I'm going to be different. And I can't poison you as the Barkley I am now. I can't kill you like that. I'm not going to use those toxins. And you see Barkley is going to take out, I'm going to do some narrative here. He's going to take out some vials of weird poison. This is the last dose I had of it. He's going to throw it on the floor and break it. Do what you want, Chris. Chris is going to look at him in a drunken rage as he looks down at the broken vial and looks back at Barkley. you just can't play the hero, you bastard. You can't play it after what you did. And he's gonna rush at Barkley with an attack. First, using a bonus action to activate Tough Skin. But he's gonna rush out Barkley with attack. He's gonna add Bob and Weave to. Actually, can he? No, because he has to get up. He can't add Bob and Weave. He's gonna add Boxer Sting to it. And he's gonna add Predator to it. And he's gonna make an attack at Barkley. What's Barkley's AC? I hit Barkley. Anyone do anything?
Coin it.
No, I want to see. I wanted to see the cinematic reveal.
I have to save Barkley, guys.
And with that, he deals 17 points to Barkley, bringing him to -6.
Fuck.
And
Nice.
at that point, you see Barkley doesn't even resist. He has no tricks up his sleeve. Chris punches down on Barkley, and in a massive blow, Barkley falls to the ground. And then he looks over. He looks at the insects swarming him, and he's gonna just like slap at them.
All right, Toto, win the 1v3.
I
sorry,
can't win a
2v3.
1v3. Are you
Let's
kidding
go,
me?
Juno.
That's not your teammate.
Juno.
All right, he's gonna miss the funny little insects.
I'm so
You
proud
forget
of
they're the
her.
funny no game, no life siblings.
That's
And as he's
true.
swatting at the insects, he's gonna just stare down at Barkley and just clench his fist like he wants to hit again. Juno's turn. Well, that's over. So, Toto, if you're gonna keep, doing whatever you're doing, it's really good music, but help my teammates. So, shoot at the insects.
I'm gonna have to do the only thing I can't do.
He's gonna miss the insects. Going to hit. Insects are gonna take 11 points of damage. And the boar is gonna hold an action.
Okay.
So,
I heal back for 5. And that was round 2.
I still believe in you, Wolf.
Barkley's gonna kill me.
No, Barkley's
Okay.
unconscious. Chris is gonna kill you.
Bloop.
what are you doing?
I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do.
As you run behind Barkley, you see Chris just sort of look at you with like this like drunken rage in his eyes. He just stares down at you and stares at Barkley. His fists are so clenched as they drip with Barkley's blood from him breaking his face open.
I don't have Kodal, so I can't heal him. The only other potion I have is only a
No.
D4.
You can heal him.
Minor aid.
Or you can stabilize
Minor
him.
aid time.
Or you could just stabilize him. Or you could minor aid.
Minor aid. Or you could major aid.
Yeah, major aid of no balls.
I don't have the good. I don't think I have a good enough medicine check to major aid him. Oh, like, do I have a medicine check? Yes. Is it a good medicine check? No.
Oh, what a
The
funny
medic doesn't
trope.
have a medicine check.
It's better than
What
mine.
kind of healer are you?
Okay, I have a +5 to it. It's just not
Sorry.
like.
Hey, whoever said that Toto's the healer, it's this funny snake, and that funny snake is in the afterlife right now.
The snake
Okay.
fainted.
Hey, it's not my fault that Beastmasters can't use mana. Alright?
They can. You can. You're using it right now. Also, it's a harmful act. Hold on, wait. Before you do that, let me read this again. See if you're being cheeky or not.
If I want to
Okay,
continue,
any hostile
it's
actions,
basically going
okay.
to end. It's going to end once I make
No,
a
it's any
point.
hostile actions.
Yeah,
So you can still heal and do things like that. You just can't attack.
yeah. And then I'd have to make another performance check, or else they'd get a save. Yeah, it's what Toto would do. Toto's going to lean down and feed him a potion.
What's Barkley at? Negative what?
So for the next round,
Wait, what happened? He's at -6. And what'd you do?
I fed him a potion.
Okay.
So he heals back for a point, and he gets back 2 mana. I just rolled like shit. And that was a free action. So with my actual action, I'm going to try and stabilize him. Which means that my song ends.
Why?
Because I have to use an action to make a performance check.
You can still use an action. Oh, sorry. Do you have to use action to maintain? Do you?
It says
Okay.
every time you use this ability, you must add a +3 DT until the so I have to make a performance check every round.
These per creatures, it says, while you're telling a story, you may affect number of creatures. These creatures must make a talent save versus your DC on a fail save. Their charm. While you're telling a story, you may not attack or take hostile actions. And you must spend 2 mana every way to maintain your story. You can still use your action. That second part is how you apply story effects.
Okay.
That second paragraph where it says while you're telling a story, that's when you want to apply storyteller effects.
So I don't have to apply.
So you can right now you have the a story effect applied to them, and that it's just applied to them. It won't go away until they break free.
Does a 14 stabilize him?
I mean, you know the rules. It's 11 or half the amount of negative he's at, so yes, he's stabilized.
Hell yeah, I stabilized Barkley, guys.
Not sure why you didn't do that backwards, but
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know why I did that. No. But also, it's not like it would have done much anyway. Because it was like a point.
Is that your turn?
Oh,
So
yeah.
would have brought him up. Kalu is going to attack the funny man. Kalu is going to hit the funny man and deal 10 piercing, but reduced because of skin of iron.
I'm glad you said of iron at the end of that. He has skin, so he doesn't take full damage.
He's gonna make a con save. He passes. That's gonna be Kalu's turn. Chris. He's gonna just look down. Even while you're unconscious, your stupid pet's still trying to kill me. You're still trying to fight. He's gonna look at you, Toto. You realize he's still a monster. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many times he hugs people, says how sorry he is, cries his eyes out. He killed him. He liked it. He didn't care. There was nothing in his eyes. There was nothing behind that mask when he killed him. That is a monster. You don't just forgive something like that. That's not how this works.
Nobody is saying that you have to forgive him, Chris. Just don't forgive him. Treat him like shit if that's what you want to do. But give him a chance for everybody else.
Sick of you telling me to give him a chance. He's gonna punch the wall. I'm sick of your stupid talking, and he's gonna rush at you in his drunken rage.
Yeah, I don't. Toto's gonna stand over Barkley's body, pretty much.
And then that's still 5 feet, so He's going to start pounding on you jungle style. So, oh wait, sorry, he also healed a little bit because he went down. So,
Jungle style.
jungle style. You heard me right, whore.
Get
He's
jungle
going
styled
to. Does it matter doing that to you? Yeah, it's pretty funny. He's going to bonus action hit you with that predator. And then he's going to boxer sting, bob and weave, and yay. Attack 1, go. I hit you unless you're doing something.
I can coin it.
Are you coining me?
What are the coins at? It's a 1v3. I don't want to give you all the coins.
Okay, but I'll do it. I'll give you all
Wow.
the coins.
All right. I still hit.
Never punished.
Never punished.
I just wanted you to have all the coins.
All right, you're gonna take 15 points of damage.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. I look like shit, but I'm still up.
He's gonna take a second attack now, and he's gonna attack you. Gonna hit you.
Coin it, you won't.
Can I do anything else? I feel like I have something else I've been ignoring this entire time. No, I'm not Erwin. You're gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm at -2. But, James,
But
my potion is still going.
all right, let's see if they can kill this thing fast enough. Juno is going to shoot at the insects. Oops, these two. Juno is going to hit the insects once and deal 7 points of damage. The insects are dead.
Damn.
I feel like you were saying that to build tension.
No, it was a genuine chance Juno could have missed both the attacks. So the insects have an 18 AC.
Yeah, but then the boar would have gone, right?
Yeah, but you think the boar would have focused on the insects? The charm's gone.
If Juno told him to.
You think Juno would have had control over Pepper?
You're right.
What would
It
have
is
happened if
Quinn's
5, 10,
family.
15, 20, 25, and then them all?
It is the Young family. Wait, it's Quincy Young, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And with that, you guys, all of you watching this match, you see Juno sort of climb down. All right, Chris, it's over. It's over. We can go now. As Chris just keeps staring at Barkley with just this anger. And he then looks over at Toto, and Juno sort of walks up to him. It's okay, Chris. It's okay. We can go now.
I'm stabilized.
Stabilized.
I'm at 0, guys.
Doesn't make any sense. Someone so kind care about a murderer. Well, that's just how Toto is. That's how they are. We won. It's okay. He's gonna pull out a vial and just pour it over Barkley's mouth, and he's gonna walk away. And you see, after a few seconds, you guys see Barkley jump up. And it looks like the winner of this battle, of course, is Chris. That was kind of a landslide. I mean, honestly, those two pretty bad at fighting compared to Chris.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, Barkley.
It's Barkley just like, swollen eye and everything. It's fine. I did what I wanted. I fought as hard as I could. I didn't go back to my old ways. I didn't use those poisons.
Damn it, I should have done something else.
He'll just pat you on the shoulder. You did the best you can, Toto. Thanks.
Barkley, it's not the he's going to expel you.
He'll smile. Well, at least I'm going out on my own terms. At least I didn't hurt anyone else. And at the very least, it didn't kill me.
I'm gonna hug him, James.
I'll hug you back. You did the best you did, Toto. I would not be anywhere near here if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be. I'd still be too scared to use any of my alchemy if it wasn't for you. And with that, does the rest of Team Wood go to console your loss?
That's kind of an F. We did just
I
lose.
would. Does Gwyn go consult and see if
Like how
congratulate Juno?
No, Rebel was like,
give me
wait.
1 second.
Quinn's like, wait a second. Wait, we lost. Crap.
Give me a sec. I have to go console Team Wood first.
I will console specifically Toto.
Alright,
Yeah.
go have your RP.
It's okay, Toto. You tried your best.
I'm just gonna walk past them.
But okay.
Was someone speaking to me? Sorry, I walked off for like 3 seconds.
No.
We were
Okay.
talking to
Oh,
Toto,
no.
and Toto
Okay.
ignored us.
Can't believe you're LARPing Toto.
Yeah, I can't believe you're LARPing Toto, walking away from everybody.
I'm not the best at reading emotions or anything, but I think Toto's upset, guys.
Oh my god, I love you, Saffron.
That does seem to be a fair assessment.
I was fairly certain that this would be the outcome, but it's understandable that Toto would be upset about what could potentially happen from this.
I mean, yeah, Chris is kind of crazy strong, so makes sense. But Toto did a pretty good job fighting against Juno. And, I mean, Barkley did a pretty good job, honestly. I thought he was going to get smeared across, like, the floor.
That's Porter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think Toto's usually there for everyone, so why don't we have some people go be there for Toto?
My plan was just to give him some space until
When is-
Chris made his decision.
When
on
has Toto
Expelled.
ever given us space?
Never.
All right,
Fair.
Porter, let's go.
Okay.
I'll take
Porter.
Porter's hand.
Alright, Porter will follow you.
I ship it.
Alright, never mind. Let's not help Toto.
Alright.
Never mind.
Never
mind,
mind,
I
fuck
know.
him.
Never mind. I felt something. Something disturbing. I'm leaving.
Oh no, I'm killing Porter.
Oh,
Oh
no!
Okay, I still up.
Oh no.
Uh,
Sorry, let me do my other 2 attacks. Oh no, I can't actually do this forever.
yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure you only
Oh
can do that
no,
thing
Porter's
once.
dead. Ha ha
Porter's dead
ha.
now.
Whoa.
Your ship just got sunk by the water weapon.
Right, taking in normal effects, I think. How did that go down from that? That's 30, 38, 40. He's up by like 2 hit points.
Holy shit! You go, Porter.
Taking a fact that you can't do all of those extra things in 1 round.
It's still like 58 damage.
Is it still 58?
Yeah, I still can do 4 attack. Assuming a 17 hits him.
17. Is that
30,
hit?
38, 58 from the other 2.
Alright,
The
you went
bottom
down by 8
box
then.
is true. I can still do 4 attacks.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair then, yeah. He goes down by like 8.
Yeah.
Alright.
I know,
So,
but we'll go comfort the funny man.
actually, does it go down? Oh, I'm just curious. I want to check one quick thing.
Don't worry. As I
He'd go down, but immediately get back up because he has an ability.
As I'm running off in the distance, all you hear. Oh wait, Quinn can't hear me. Never mind. All Erwin hears is, "Quinn, go congratulate your sister." I forget Quinn's death.
And that's funny.
You don't hear that.
Quinn, you see Saffron yelling something, and then
No,
you
I'm not
relay-
even facing Quinn.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm not looking at Saffron.
Erwin, do you relay this?
Oh, sorry, I was yawning. Quinn, Saffron wants you to go congratulate Juno.
I wanted to talk to Barkley first, but it's on my list.
What you want to talk about is he leans against one of the barricades, just like catering to his broken face.
I just wanted to make sure you were satisfied with your outcome.
Nope. Well, besides not feeling anything but piercing pain in my body, I did better. I didn't resort to what I was like before.
Then I'd say that's a win for you, right?
You give a half-hearted, a pain smile. It's best the one I think I could get against that beast, at least in a battle like this. I'm not crazy strong like Erwin. I can't take something like that on head on.
But you did a damn good job of trying.
A smile. I appreciate the praise.
I'm gonna go congratulate Juno now.
Alright. Erwin, do you say anything to Barkley? Do you leave?
You've thought well, Barkley.
That means a lot coming from you.
All I can hope is that Chris... something went to Chris during all that.
If it doesn't, please don't blame him. If he does expel me, please try to get that through everyone's heads. I deserve whatever punishment he gives me after what I did.
It's not exactly going to be easy to get that through Toto's head. He has a rather thick skull.
He'll smile. That's what makes him so effective and self-destructive. But if I do end up going, please be there for him. Don't let him drag himself into the grave with this.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Don't let him drag himself into his grave for this.
I should hope that he doesn't.
He'll nod and just like painfully get up to his feet. He'll limp off.
Yeah, alright.
Got his world rocked.
Good luck, buddy.
Alright. So, with that, we're going to move to Quinn. You go over to Juno, who's being
I go over
congratulated.
to Juno.
I'm so sorry, Mitz. I should have been a bit smarter with your placement. Maybe you wouldn't have died so quickly. She's like sort of mourning Mitz.
It's like Lucas. Just because we come back, that is something to be feared.
Juno, you realize you won, right? And you realize Mitz comes back in like an hour. Doesn't change the fact that I failed him.
Yeah, but you didn't fill your team.
Oh, hey Quinn, sorry that I, beat you. Sorry that we kicked your ass. Finn just looks at you and smiles.
ultimately, I think I'm okay with the outcome of that. I just wanted to congratulate Juno because she did really well.
Thanks. I've been trying to get stronger like you at this type of thing.
Why are there X's over the snake's eyes? And you've really done well at that. I didn't expect Chris to take you, and I didn't expect you to do that well. So that was amazing.
I mean, like, outside of me and the awesomeness that is me, Juno kind of is like our second best fighter here. Especially since Becky's gone.
I mean, Becky's coming back though.
Yeah, if she doesn't get voted out.
That's fair, but whatever. But I'm just impressed that Juno's one of the best fighters on your team.
Well, it's not me. It's more of Pepper and Mitz. They're really good at teamwork. I just kind of get dragged along.
And that's essentially how Toto operates. Toto does all the healing, and he just happens to be there. I'm gonna say that with a little like a smirk and a wink.
No, that's Toto's different. He's like way cooler with the bow. The way he can shoot, his accuracy, his reactions. He's really good at shooting. I just try to pick it up and fire. Honestly, it was a bit unfair. I wouldn't down Toto. He did a really good job. It's just that Peppers is a bit still sour from how we met and also the other stuff.
Yeah, Pepper seemed very aggressive today.
Pepper's still staring in the general direction where Toto went off to.
And apparently that didn't satiate him.
Well, he didn't get the final blow on Toto because Toto used the storytelling thing. Whatever that was really calming, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to watch, at least.
Imagine Toto just like verbally telling a story, panicked and out of breath as he runs for his life, causing everyone to calm down.
That's actually really fucking funny.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, there was a castle, and in the castle was a...
You know, that castle sounds really nice.
Right, yeah, really
It was really
nice.
funny because I was also telling a fucking tragedy.
Do you only know how to tell tragedies?
Hey, the other one was a survival story.
Why don't you write sins instead of tragedies?
Hey, there's
No,
like,
fan
probably
fiction's
some
the
sin in
sense.
there. There's probably
Oh,
some
I
sin
see.
in there, you know?
Okay. Anyways.
But I just want to make this known that in a different AU, in a dark AU where Toto is evil, the tragedy he would have told would have been about Chris and Barkley. Like in a different timeline.
Let me tell you how Barkley killed your master. Barkley.
In a different timeline,
different timeline.
Like
Quinn's
Toto
dead.
and Barkley would still be friends, but Barkley would be like Dark Tribe friend.
Barkley just
you know.
Yes, in a different AU, Toto and Barkley are from a dark tribe.
All right, fan fiction aside, we're going to move forward.
Iron.
But I hope you maybe win the next challenge. It's kind of weird rooting for the other team.
I think I'm at the point of not rooting for any team anymore.
Oh no, I'm rooting for a team. I'm rooting that Team Glass, fails as miserably as they can.
That's fair. I think I was rooting for Team Silver to stay intact.
Yeah, that's really sad that happened. Becky was really excited to join Fee, and then now it's gonna be over.
Hopefully the results of the final challenge mean that Becky doesn't get kicked out or anything.
Well, based off of that, it looks like everyone's gonna kick out Sylvia. I don't get why she did that. She looked kind of sad when she walked away.
I feel like someone's manipulating her, and I don't know if it's Iron or Fee or a little bit of both.
Is it even possible to manipulate a spirit walker?
With the way she's been acting the last couple days, evidently, I'd say yes.
Well, either way, looks like everyone's gathering together. Kristen, come back to us. We're gonna find out with you what he's gonna do with Barkley.
Fine.
Hopefully, our talks got to him, and whatever was going on up there worked. He's always been more of a fighter than a talker when he got mad.
Hopefully, Barkley put up enough of a fight that I don't know how to have persuaded him. So.
And with that, I'm gonna cut away to Saffron and Porter running after. How fast are you, Saffron?
I am a normal speed.
All right. Would you let Porter pick you up because he has a strength score? It's not a large one.
I'm wearing my full plate right now.
Are you? Oh, you're wearing full plate. You're in armor.
It was a challenge day.
Yeah.
I assume I'm just following him to the best of my ability as he's taking the lead.
Yeah. Hold on.
You lose sight of him because he gone.
I'm good at survival.
I can survive. What is a heavyweight? Is it 14 strength? Or 16 strength?
I don't.
Square plate, I forget.
It's 15, I believe.
I have a 20 strength.
Alright, let me see. It's a 15. Let me just quickly look it up. I'm pretty sure he can't pick you up, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Porter's not strong enough to lift.
He's not strong enough.
You're not good enough! You're not good enough!
To simp.
Large, it's 14. He's literally one. He's one shy. He's one shy of lifting you up.
Damn.
All right.
New goals.
Yeah, new goals. He's an ASI. He's going to.
Must be able to.
Oh wait.
What
if I just water carry or fucking light carry myself?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Just let me know how much mana I have to use on this.
What's the speed of light carry?
50.
Oh, you're on the same speed of Porter now. So yeah,
Let's go!
you're going 20 feet past Toto. So Toto, even if Toto was sprinting, he could not escape. Toto, even if you were sprinting away or walking away angry or trying to just be alone, within seconds, Porter and Saffron surround you.
How much mana do I lose?
Were you running? Were you running, Toto?
No, Toto was just kind of casually going.
Just literally one round.
Let's go. 1 mana, baby.
And kicking up some dust, the Porter and Saffron surround you. Where are you going?
Yeah, you're not allowed to leave yet. Wait, what did you do?
Going to the bar?
Well, I guess you have some company now.
Yeah, are you not gonna wait to see what Chris decides?
I'm kind of terrified of waiting around for it.
So you're gonna go ahead, Saffron.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about that. And I will look at Porter. And I will glare at him.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is you're gonna abandon Barkley at the final step, but you do you.
Toto's gonna stop.
Hold on.
He's gonna run. He's getting ready to run.
Let's see.
What are you gonna do to him?
Can I cast light carry on him and carry him 50 feet away?
He has to. He has to consent to that. That's the
Oh,
one
I
thing.
know.
That's the one thing he cannot force on him.
I know.
How do you go about getting him to consent to it?
Okay. Pull has to be towards me, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can propel if you have that.
Nope.
Okay. So for funny reasons, you can cast carry and push him away. What I was just saying is just
No, if he wants to make a save for it, he can make a save.
All right,
I don't know what it would be, but
we'll do a special dex exception.
all right. He passed.
You just see a flash of light. I'm just saying. I was just saying.
My DT's a 12.
No. You're right, I guess, but
it is okay, Toto. You did your best to try to help. But if you want to look on the good news, he didn't just kill Barkley, right?
that's an extremely low bar. I'm gonna turn back around because I've got to go wait for Chris's decision.
Well, we'll walk with you, right, Porter?
Yeah, of course. I'll walk with the old man, no matter how slow he goes.
Do you want me to take care of him, Toto?
Saffron, you're an angel.
Wait, don't agree. I didn't do anything.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Alright. How far away is he from me?
10 feet. I'm gonna say you guys are either side of Toto.
I'm going to water pull him towards me.
Alright, what save is it?
It's another dex save, but he'll fail this one. Oh. Do you want to coin it, Jix?
Sure, I'll coin it. Sure, I'll coin it.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Oh.
I kind of
Saffron,
really
quit
wish
it!
I had saved my 4.
It's okay, that was my bonus action, so I'll just walk over and pick him up.
Yeah, there's no resisting.
Saffron, you can't.
I can't what?
Just me go.
I mean, if... Oh!
Oh?
You can have your coin back.
You gonna coin this? You bastard, take your coin back. You pick him up, you guys start struggling for a bit, he slips out of your grasp and just tumbles on the floor. Quit it! Quit it, Saffron!
Run!
Toto's just walking back and letting them tussle because kind of still ship it. I'm upset, but I ship it.
It's gonna. What's your next play? You tell him to run away? Is that what you said?
I told Toto to run.
Oh.
You know what? Sure. Whatever, I'll jog away.
Hey, I thought we were walking with the old man.
You're being mean.
I'm not being mean, I'm just talking. It's a difference.
Is he doing anything, or is he just letting this happen?
Are you grappling him again?
No, I have a different idea. Oh, you got rid of the net, didn't you?
That's gone. You're gonna net him? Was that your plan?
Maybe.
He's
Yeah,
gonna just try to maneuver past you.
It's okay. I'll pull him again. It'll work this time. Let's go!
Alright, he tries to run past you to catch up to Toto. You grab him by his leg and drag him back to you.
And now I will hold on to him tight. And
why is he never punished?
and we will walk at a speed of 10 feet towards everyone else.
Why is 10 feet?
So Toto can get away faster.
Just let me go, Saffron. You're going even slower.
I don't know what you're talking about. Plate mail's very heavy.
You're doing it on purpose. You're like a freak of nature. You can go faster.
I want to throw him up in the air and catch him.
Ah! Quit doing that. I don't like being up high. No.
You called her a freak of nature, Porter. That's not how you get a girl, you know?
Yeah. Someone help me. Erwin, help.
No one's
I'm
coming to
that
help
far
you,
away.
Porter.
Yeah, you see him yelling at you as he's being flung in the air and dropped back down. Are you gonna help him?
I would rather not get involved with that.
It seems like a good idea. Most logical one. Shall we go go back inside then?
Probably.
Don't, I see you guys ignoring me. Help! Saffron's lost her mind. Please help!
They can't hear you over how much fun you're having.
Put me down!
Whee!
Ah! And that continues on all the way until you guys get inside. Where Saffron has wrangled Porter and he's become submissive. He's given up.
Incredible. Good job, Saffron.
And as everyone gathers together, Mr. Casper will speak up. So we can conclude for the day. Have you come to your decision, Chris, as the winner? I have. Let's all hear it so that we can get on with our lives. Chris will look at Barkley, who's this sort of he approaches him. I don't think I can ever get rid of that hate I have for you. In the back of my mind, just watching what you did. I don't think there's anything you can ever do to change that. But there's so many people here. I think that you deserve another chance. It pisses me off that I'm one of those people. I was breaking your bones and throwing you against the wall, and you still stood there when you could have finished me. You could have at least tried to. You fought a losing battle. And you tried your hardest in it. You didn't just give up. I'm not gonna expel you. But I'm not forgiving you yet either. He's gonna look at him, and Barkley's just gonna nod. I know it doesn't mean anything. I've said it already. I really am sorry, Chris. I really wish I could go back and stop what I did. Chris will just look at him and walk off. All right. And with that, Portal will run up and hug Barkley. Congratulations! You got your face pounded, but you didn't get expelled at least. Oh, I guess it's good that you'll still be here. That means less, dorm chores for me. I'm really glad you're okay, Barkley, that you're still here. Party.
Well, even though we technically lost the challenge, I'd put this down as a win in my book.
I'll give him a thumbs up and nothing more.
Toto gonna hug him because Toto likes hugs.
He'll hug you back.
Cringe.
I was so fucking scared.
I'm honestly shocked that he didn't let me go.
I don't know why he didn't, but he's willing to give you a second chance, so that's good enough for me.
I'll make sure I won't waste it then. But, you're crushing my ribs, Toto. He's gonna pull you away. I'm
at
gonna go.
5 hit points, James. I'm not looking too good either.
I'm gonna go lay down for the rest of eternity. I don't know. I'm gonna be in my room.
Ow. None of you hold it against me that I did absolute shit during that fight. I'm gonna go to the bar.
Porter was about to say something, but he stops and looks at Saffron, and he just slowly holds his tongue.
As he looks at me, I'll make a fist into my hand. Like, start pounding it.
You rest. So.
I'll give him a thumbs up.
You didn't call him old man.
He just looks pained. He looks defeated. So, with that, we are going to I guess, is anyone doing anything for us today? After a short rest, the pets come back.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm not
damn.
doing anything else. I'm chilling.
I'm not
Alright.
doing anything of significance.
Nothing
All right.
today.
Got it.
Erwin goes
Later that
for
night. All right. Do you go? I'm guessing all of you guys go get food normally. At least when Erwin goes burrow. Oh, he's doing his little alchemy thing. Okay.
that's that, and also we're back to having regular homework, and also I have to,
Rehearse for being the lead of the play.
Erwin go burr.
Erwin's having a panic attack. Toto, after you get back from dinner, you're stopped by someone and separated from the group.
Who?
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
She looks at you with a blank face. Can we talk?
Absolutely. I was going to go to you, but I feel kind of like shit still.
We
But you
can
came
wait.
to me, so I can make time.
Okay. Somewhere looks around. Private.
Absolutely, lead the way.
All right. And then Toto gets kidnapped by Team Iron.
It was that easy.
Yeah.
It really is. You literally just let her take you.
Yes, she
Toto
asked, and
went
I
to
said
a
sure.
dark corner of the school with one of the strongest NPCs in the school.
Hey
Toto
Toto, can
said,
I get your
"Strong-"
consent? Yeah. Okay.
Toto
Okay.
said, "Strong lady wants to be private place with me. Of course, I'll do that."
I like
And
saffron
that's how
so
you
much.
get killed.
I'm desensitized, Toto.
Decent. All right. She'll take you. She'll take you to a hallway that people have kind of avoided. It's like toward the end of the cafeteria hallway, where that door that makes weird noises at.
Yep.
Yep.
And so she'll sort of sit down against it, and you do hear the.
I like how we still haven't figured out what's behind that.
I sit anyway.
The lost door
scare
by
looking behind door, but I have Spirit Walker with me. You know?
528.
I still never figured out what this thing is.
We found it on the first day and decided we were not going to touch it.
The door's locked. I've already tried. From its growls, it sounds like it has to be an abomination. Converted are not as, I don't know, sporadic. And the way it moves around and the tension I feel can't just be a simple mana beast. But then again, it doesn't have any weird aura coming out of it that makes me think it's a spirit.
Well, I think that you would know better than any of us what that thing might be. I really hope that if it ever gets loose, it's friendly towards the students and not friendly towards whatever might be happening that actually opened the door. I.e. the surges, if that happened again.
They didn't let him out during the surges, so either it can't be controlled, or it wouldn't have done good against lightning. Which brings down the list of choices a bit. And if we assume he can be tamed, and she sort of murmurs a bit, sorry. She'll go quiet. I'm getting in my head. I apologize.
No, it's kind of fascinating. Your family is kind of a bunch of legends. Hearing one talk about things that I couldn't really hope to know off the top of my head, it's fascinating.
Weird. Most people find it intimidating or flat out creepy.
I'm gonna move over to her. Are you fucking kidding me? You're a spirit walker. Your stories of everything that your family has done are passed through the tribes like every year. It's one of my favorite stories to listen to. It actually was it was actually the one that I told that gathered Team Wood, oddly enough.
I thought I heard bits and pieces of it. Surprised. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised. Everyone knows about how my family started, how we got our name. But it's still intimidating, especially when people act like you're acting.
What do you mean?
I'm not a person. I'm an idol. I'm a great warrior because of my name. People see me as something so far greater than them.
I mean, you're at this school, so I would assume that on some level we're the same. But it's still kind of odd to say that considering how poorly I did in today's fight. But I guess we all have strengths in different areas.
Just like every mana beast has strength in different areas. It's not always raw power that makes them unique and useful. A scurry can be just as good as a storm chaser. It's just they have different uses. You can't just look at the biggest and scariest thing and say that that's the king of it all.
We're learning that quite quickly because, I mean, Team Iron and the Great Pretender, it's not the biggest and scariest punchy people that are terrifying.
Right. Every beast has its own strengths and weaknesses. You just have to find them, and then you'll learn more about them. But sorry, I'm talking about animals again. I didn't call you here for that.
I hope that the reason you did call me here is to tell me why you betrayed Fee.
To help Casper.
What does Casper have over you that you would choose him over Fee?
She'll think about it for a moment, and so as she stares blankly, her expression doesn't change much. He's my friend.
You consider Casper your friend?
She gives a very awkward smile. It's almost like the expression's unfamiliar to her face. Yeah. He's my friend.
Yeah, I guess I haven't exactly given him the best of chances. I got a little protective of Quinn for a while there. I guess anybody can be considered a friend, but Fee of all people, you... Please tell me you did that at least because you thought it was going to be the best for Fee.
Fee wants to be my friend too. They're the only two people here that said that, and they meant it. Fee's good. He can help Casper, and this is the best for both of them. But why I did it was because Casper needed my help as a friend, and I gave it to him. And I think that Fee can help Casper.
But you committed suicide to do this.
That's why I wanted to talk to you. I'm gonna get kicked out of the school. I know that. Fee's probably mad at me. I tried to explain, and I think he's, at the very least, sad. I guess I lost that friend, but I'm used to being the lone wolf. Comes with the name. But I want you. You're and she like stutters over. You're really good at talking to humans. Sorry, people. People's the right word. She'll just sort of stop and gather her thoughts.
I... I'm not going to lie. I've been a bit distracted, but I have been trying to think of a way to save you, but the problem is Team Wood can't guarantee Team Silver the win at all. We'd be
That wasn't.
sacrificing ourselves over it, and
She shakes her head at you. No, you don't, Remus. You don't understand. You don't have to save me. She'll give another awkward smile. I'm not asking you to save me. When I'm gone, because I can't be Casper's friend anymore. Can you be his friend, please? He's got a lot of darkness in his head. He's like an experiment. His mind's decaying. He's reverting to instincts. He's not in the right space. Mindset. There we go. I want you to help him.
I don't know if I can, Sylvia. That's the problem. I've been kind of aggressive towards him, and I don't know how accepting he would be of me approaching him anymore. That's my own fault, I guess, but more than that, Saffron has this plan, and quite honestly, I'm not sure how that's going to go over.
She'll look at you in the eyes. Why do you think Casper hates you?
He doesn't. I don't think he hates me. I just think that he won't be as receptive towards me.
He looks up to you.
No, there is no way there's no way, Sylvia.
He doesn't like to admit it, but he's my friend, so I make sure I pay attention to how he speaks. He likes to hide things. He doesn't think you as a role model or something, but when he hears how you saved people who were thrown into our traps or their traps, he honestly thinks you do a good job. He feels better when you're around because it makes the things he's doing not permanent.
Well, I'm flattered, but that that sounds kind of absolutely ridiculous. I'm not exactly on par with Casper.
He's really smart. He's really kind. And he has a dream I honestly want to see come true. But he has so much pain. It's like a wounded little animal struggling in the wild by himself, and he doesn't want anyone to help him. He's been terrified by humans who've hurt him too much. He can't turn anywhere. And I tried to get closer, but I still can't help him enough.
I have two questions to ask of you if I'm to do this. Well, one of them's more of a favor than a question, but whatever happens next week for the final challenge, don't just give up. Please fight your hardest to make Team Silver win. I don't think the captains are. I'd be putting my own team at risk by doing that. By asking you to do that. But it'd really suck to see this small, brilliant team fall apart like that. And the second thing is I didn't miss it. I guess you could say I've just kind of ignored it because my own team has needed my help. But during Spirit Oasis, Kino summoned everybody's dead. She summoned the dead. Casper had dead around him, too. It looked like. Do you know who they were?
My friend doesn't give up secrets of another friend. But That's the reason why he hates Quinn.
Quinn
Reason
couldn't
why
why.
she'll nod. Quinn couldn't hurt much. Barely anything past a scruffy. Combat's not that good. Very intelligent, but more of deceitful traps than actual Sorry, I'm getting off the topic. And he desires nothing more than to loathe Quinn and tear him apart because of those two. That's what he strives for. But I can't tell you who they are. I don't want to break that secret.
That's
Because
okay.
he trusted it to me.
I'll figure it out one way or another.
And I will fight my hardest. I never said I wasn't. I'm not going to give up. I understand. Sometimes certain animals in a pack, they have to be left behind when they're slowing the rest down. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made for the greater good. I don't lose anything if I leave the academy. I just go back home. I go train somewhere else, and I'll continue the legacy some other way. I guess I just didn't get what I wanted out of this place. But I won't be hurt. I'll survive, because that's what a Spirit Walker does. So don't worry about me giving up. I'm not giving up. I just know that I've already lost my battle. But you're better at talking. You can get places I couldn't before other voices get to his head.
Okay. I'll try to befriend Casper. For you, Sylvia. I'll try to get through to him.
So give her a smile. Thank you, Toto. You really are kind.
And so are you.
She looks confused.
What? You're literally sacrificing everything. You committed suicide basically just to try to help your friend. That's incredible.
But I couldn't save Casper, and I also hurt Fee. And I made everyone angry. I don't think that's kind by definition.
See, I don't think Fee is entirely mad at you. I think on some level he understands what you did and why. It still sucks. Um, he's no longer team leader and he's kind of stuck on Team Iron, which he didn't honestly want to do. The entire reason he invited you over was because you just didn't seem to mesh really well with the way Casper was running things. Uh, we tried to get him to join Team Wood, honestly, but sometimes that doesn't always work out the way you want it to. But he at least didn't join Team Iron for the challenges, which was a blessing.
He still looks confused.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think Fee hates you. I don't think you lost a friend.
He still looks so sad.
Because it hurts. He feels like he lost. To you, to Team Iron. It still sucks to be betrayed, even if you understand why.
If someone betrays someone in their pack, the pack turns against them. How can I still be a friend if I betrayed someone?
Fee probably thinks that they're holding something against you. It's kind of what Team Iron does. Sometimes we're left with not very many choices, and the hardest one has to be taken, you know? Sometimes we're left with no other option. I can promise you, Sylvia, I don't think he hates you. I don't think he's mad at you. I just think he wishes you would have told him.
I don't understand people. Animals are so much easier.
Oh, absolutely. Coddled is a lot easier to handle than a person.
She'll smile at that. It's a lot easier to figure out animals. They have patterns and behaviors. And they're always honest. They don't pretend. Or at least most of the time they don't.
I mean, yeah. You'd make a pretty nice Beastmaster.
I guess so. But my magic's warrior. I excel best at physical combat. My mana control isn't that good, so I guess it's best that I went down this path.
Hey, but if you look at it, Juno is a mage. I have absolutely no idea how she does what she does. That's Beastmaster magic, not mage magic. So clearly there can be some mixing and mingling.
Looks like she was touched by a spirit and gave her the love for animals. From there, from what I can tell, everything she does is mainly instinctual, so she didn't have much training as a beastmaster. But ever since being around others like you, it looks like her performance has gone up by mimicking how you react with Kodal. That's probably why she switched from using a crossbow to a longbow. She's mimicking you.
Oh god, that boar is going to maul me. Oh god.
She'll smile. The boar is very territorial, and he sees you as a threat. Which I don't understand why. You seem so nice, unless you did something very forward or aggressive to her.
Okay, when we first met, I did, but I backed off completely. She's with Finn now. I'm good, but the boar hasn't forgiven me, I guess.
Flirting shouldn't have done anything.
I
If you just
didn't.
said some words.
I may or may not have run into her and tackled her to the ground by accident, and then made a pass at her. I didn't know that she and Quinn were royalty.
You know that anime face where someone looks somewhat disgusted at you? That's what you get from her in silence.
Okay, I may have made a couple of mistakes when first coming here, but I can grow too,
She actually, you hear her laugh for a bit. You're funny, Toto. You're funny.
If I can think of a way to keep you in this school, I will. Everyone here, they've done their best and they deserve a chance.
I don't know why you try so hard. Like I said, I'd be fine.
It's in my nature. I'm about as predictable as a mana beast.
No. Just shake your head. You're far from predictable.
What do you mean?
If you were a mana beast, you would have given up a while ago. But each time I hear you hit a wall, you still go on and you find a way around it. You dive right into this honestly scary environment with all these students, everyone trying to take advantage of you, and you make happiness out of it. You make friends.
It's about to get a lot worse.
So get up. Don't burden yourself if you don't want to or if you can't. I can tell when someone's broken and you have broken, even though you keep walking. and wounded animal with a limp, still pretending to be strong. You don't have to be strong around me. I'm a spirit walker after all. I'll be fine if I go home.
Damn, I can't be around you in Fee, can I? No wonder you two are friends.
He's just as observant as I am. It's nice to talk to. He knows a lot about combat.
Yeah, Fee's pretty incredible. Just not very receptive.
I guess so. I've taken too much of your time. I will go now.
Anytime you need to talk, Sylvia.
She'll look at you with confusion in her face.
Friends.
Friends?
Yeah. We're friends too.
But I'm on the team that you hate, and I've done nothing but honestly hurt you and your team. And I also actively insult how weak a lot of your members are, including Quinn.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to learn to get over that real quick if I'm to help Casper now, aren't I? And so far, it hasn't exactly stopped me now, has it? It's not like I actively tried to kill Chris for Barkley or, kicked Barkley out for being an assassin.
Right. I forgot you are weird.
Very weird.
So if we're friends, then I guess that's okay if you want me to come to you if I want to talk.
Absolutely.
I need a perception.
Perception. Let's go. Toto's perception.
You see her start getting nervous.
Is everything okay?
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. The combat, you should be more aggressive next time. Instead of focusing on your health, you went to survival mode. You could have done better if you focused on the pets first. They had lower fortitude. You
I can always
maybe
look
more.
back on my mistakes, but yeah, I kind of sucked during that combat. It's fine. Everybody learns from their mistakes. Just don't look so nervous.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to go back to my dorm now. Bye.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Sorry, I meant to say good night. And she'll leave.
Toto's gonna have an aneurysm.
Where's Toto go after that?
Toto gonna go get a drink and then go to bed.
Alright. Anyone else do anything for this day?
Toto, have you used all your dice?
No.
Yes, I have used both.
Oh yeah, you did use both, never mind.
And would you use
Sucks.
16?
I just wanted to see if I had to trigger something.
Oh, one of the
You know,
attacks.
get in a fight with Toto real quick.
Yeah, no,
That was one of Toto's
used
attacks.
Okay. I remembered the 4.
Beat him up for beating up my sister.
Yeah, I gave the 4 to Chris, and then I gave the 16 to Toto for the save.
You go to the bar,
Nice
Toto.
precedent.
Oh.
Hmm?
This is gonna be the Toto episode? Nah, I'm not doing
It is
this.
in
Screw
fact
you.
the Toto
We're done.
episode.
We're done with this.
No,
Alright.
it's the Toto episode.
We're done with this. Alright.
Nothing would have changed if I had missed this week, James.
We're done with this. Alright, anyways. We're gonna go to the days gone by. Anything happening? We're going straight to the final week.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna ask Saffron about when she expects the whole, history thing to go down.
Well, I still kind of have to talk to the other 4 team about that. I think I finished with everyone in Team Wood. Let me check my notes real quick.
I just kind of want an estimate about when you think you'll be able to.
Well, really, I could probably get it done in a week or 2. It's just going out and talking to everybody else.
Okay. Just gotta prepare.
If you wanted to help me, we could go get some done later, but I think I was gonna wait for the tournament to be over.
We should definitely wait for the tournament.
The tournament never ends.
Actually, we voted to add more time to the tournament.
The tournament never
Because
ends.
Team Iron never loses, and so we wanted to add more time so that Team Iron does not lose.
And last place?
No.
That's
Pretty sure
mean.
they're not. Pretty sure.
Team Silver's in last place.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's silver than you guys. Or silver than iron than you guys.
We're tied with Iron.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are equally sucky right now.
Okay.
It's
I'm okay with that.
We
from
had
worst
2
to
non-combatants in a combat.
From worst to first, technically, it's silver, then us and iron, and then glass, and then gold.
Okay.
So we just have to make sure gold doesn't. Just kidding.
I see.
No, we have to make sure glass doesn't win.
Yes, so I don't care who wins, just so long as it's not glass.
Why? Why?
So,
I
James,
actually-
you remember when I really liked Team Glass?
Yeah.
That's not it anymore.
What happened? When did it all go wrong?
The great pretender.
You don't even have comfort. You haven't even talked to Ted. You haven't even seen his side of things. Fake friend. Fake friend.
It's
Hey,
Ted. Do you
friend.
think Toto's gonna go fucking approach
I'm talking to
Ted?
Quinn. Hey,
Yeah, Quinn still is okay with Team Glass.
friend.
Then you go talk to the great pretender.
Rebel, not so much.
Saffron's okay with Team Glass.
Saffron is
That's
Team Glass.
true.
Actually, I'm Team Wood now. Kind of fake that you don't know that.
Yeah, fake fan. You say you like Team Wood, but you don't even know that Saffron's on it? You haven't even talked to David or Crystal.
Nope. Because they were unnamed NPCs.
They're not unnamed anymore.
No, they
Now
are
they're
not.
named NPCs.
Does that mean that Toto gets trauma from 2 unnamed NPCs?
Does Iron have the most members right now?
Team Silver does.
Team Silver does?
What? The most members? They have like
Oh,
6.
most?
Yeah, most.
Uh,
Pretty sure it's Iron for my numbers.
It would have been very recently. It would have been on the formation
no,
of Team
we have
Silver,
one
wouldn't
more
it?
than them.
Yeah,
So
'cause
what are
we
you guys
have the
at?
most members.
We have 12, they have 11.
You have 12? Where did I miscount that?
I don't. Did you count Sully?
Oh, I didn't cut Sully. There we go. That's why I miscounted. Got it. All right. Oh wait, that's what yeah. I didn't count Sully or Carter. That's what's going on here.
Or Carter? What the fuck?
You have to count Carter.
Carter's been here for a bit.
Anyways, Quinn,
Yeah.
on Monday, you get a knock on your door from Meek.
Uh-oh.
Well, basically, not you.
I don't
Erwin
hear it.
opens the door,
Yeah.
and Erwin
Okay,
is
thank you,
Erwin.
Erwin.
You're shocked because this time when Meek says hello to you, is Quinn here?
Yeah, he should be. Let me go get him.
Cool, thanks.
And I will go get
Quinn
Quinn.
is very much confused.
Quinn, Meek's here for you, not Erwin. It's time
What's
for
up, Meek?
conversion therapy. Sorry, so can we talk about something in politics?
Sure.
Great. I mean, Erwin can be here too, but looks like Erwin's really busy. And she like looks over at the spew of books and alchemy things that Erwin has in front of him.
He's been like that for the past week.
Erwin, you've been sleeping, right?
Enough.
He looks at you concerned.
I'm gonna shake my head.
Erwin?
I just want to reach a point in this that I know what I'm doing.
Right, and if you just keep rehearsing lines over and over again, I know it's more than just lines. You're just gonna start drive yourself crazy and not understand a single thing.
You're not gonna understand anything if your head's spinning too much from not sleeping.
That's why I've been making sure that I get enough rest.
Mm-hmm.
You know the best inspiration for things, right? It's to walk away from that thing and do something else. You know, that sounds like a great idea. Oh, we can get dinner together. That's lovely. All right, Quinn, let's leave Erwin to his nonsense. I'll get you later, Erwin.
That's why he has 3 different tasks he's working on right now. It's a rotation.
Get you later, Erwin. And no, it's not an answer. And she's gonna just drag Quinn out.
Right, let's go talk to Meek about politics.
So we must expel 3 people by the end of the You go into Meek will lead you into a empty classroom, one of the enchanting rooms. Sorry, one of the empty enchanting rooms where you see Finn working on something, and it's him in there, and also is Fee.
So it's Finn, Fee, Meek, and me.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Gwen. Finn will look up and wave at you.
Hey.
So, have you figured out what we've been doing yet?
I'll be honest, didn't know you were doing something.
I told she wasn't paying attention. I honestly thought Quinn was a bit smarter than that. I
really overestimate
did too,
me.
really. Quinn, how many votes does Team Gold have right now?
James, let me pull up my spreadsheet real quick. Sorry, I haven't had this open for the last 3 sessions because I'm not keeping track of scores. I only keep track of votes, so give me a second. And while I'm waiting for this to load, tell me which team has the most people?
You guys. At 12.
Oh. So
it's you at 12, Iron at 11, Glass at 9, Gold at 10.
Wood has 2, I believe, from being the biggest. Iron has 2 from Victor's table. Are those the only 2 amp ups?
And Gold has 2 for being the actual leaderboards because they have 37 points, which is the highest amount of points right now.
I forgot we split those into 2 things. And Gold has 2 from points. And Fee actually has a vote now.
He always had a vote.
Well, he has in representation 2 votes.
He has someone in politics.
Someone in politics to use said vote. So it's Wood, Gold, and Iron are each tied for 2, and then Glass and Silver each have 1.
So with Glass and Iron, they can only muster 4 points, and if by some unforsaken reason they have the winner's corner, they are at 6. But how many points would we have if Gold, Silver, and Wood combined together?
Wait, James, that math didn't add up.
What? How did that add up?
Glass
is that only 1 point for extra?
Yeah, it's only 1 point extra unless
Oh, never mind. No, it's
Yeah,
2
look-
for being
yeah,
fan
no, that's-
favorite.
No, that's why I'm double checking.
Glass. He said if Glass has 1 point, so if Glass got fan favorite, they will get 3.
Oh yeah, I
3
forgot.
plus
I
3
forgot.
is 6.
Listen, one, the document finally loaded, so I do see that they are +2, and that team favorite is in fact a category. So it took me a minute to do my math. So yeah. So if they get fan favorite, then that brings them to 5.
And with our 3 and your 3 and his 1, that brings us at 7. Where are you getting 5 from? It's 6. Why are you getting 5?
2 base. Yeah, 6. Yeah. All right, they have. Let me do my stupid math. What matters here, James, is that one number is bigger than the other.
Okay. We have 7 to their 6, and that's assuming they get fan favorite.
All right, then I feel like you're about to propose we vote on something.
Well, we do have 1 week before a lot of things change. Whoever wins this is going to get the top points and also going to get the winner's corner. So a lot of the votes are going to end up changing after this week.
So that means this week is technically the most balanced it's going to be for a while.
That's why we challenged Team Fee to get those points. Or, yeah, not Team Glass, sorry. That was Team Fee. It was Team Fee. Team Silver. To get those points. Yep. They wanted to lower ours down so they can build up theirs. Put them on top.
So that would lock in Team Gold as the winners of the tournament.
Not the tournament win. Just right now, with you guys included, we can do whatever we want in student council.
Wait, I'm unclear on what points are getting moved. So all of Team Silver's points, just
No,
like
in the last challenge, the reason why gold's at top is because there was a challenge where they stole Team Silver's points and moved it to gold. That was the conditions.
okay.
That's what they're saying. They're saying we did that on purpose so that Team Gold will be on top of the leaderboards when it comes to just overall school points.
Okay, so that's why they have the first place.
Yes.
While Iron still has Hero's Corner. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on track now. Cool. The words
Cool.
were confusing.
Cool. Okay.
So, what are you proposing we do with this balance?
Well, we could, I don't know, do something silly like throw a party and mandatory school dance. Or we could screw over Team Iron, force them into a situation. Maybe reveal Team Glass, maybe ban someone, kick Ted out of the school.
One, I feel like you could probably get the school dance voted in without this. Enough people would think it's funny enough they'd vote for it.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying we could do it without, the boring people, Team Iron, ruining everything. They have no power right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet they're waiting and hoping that we don't realize that.
So you want to use this to ban someone or reveal a secret or something?
That's what we are trying to come to a conclusion to. That's why I invited you here. We were going to use this power to do something. We just were waiting to see how things are going. Waiting until the last moment to use it so we can get the most out of it. After this week, we know that there's a good likelihood Fee's going to go back to Iron, and where that silver is going to be gone. You know, Sylvia's going to get most likely expelled. And based off of how things are going, we could end up seeing who's in first place right now. Who's it between again, Ian, in the tournament?
It's
Whoever
Golden
wins the
Line.
anyone who wins except for Silver wins pretty much.
Yeah, Silver could just
okay.
knock it last. If they...
Gold
That's
is
true.
currently winning.
And looking like right now, it's anyone's game.
Then
So good.
why don't we try to keep the balance and vote to end the tournament early? Finish it now.
Miko smile. You'd be pissing a lot of people off. You did that.
I feel like it would have the greatest long-term effect without us having to make some rash decision about expelling someone specifically or anything like that, and Team Silver would still remain a team. Oh, that's end of tournament. Ending it would end. Yeah. Stupid.
That does bring up a good point, though. We don't know how overturning a decision works. We know that we can overturn student council rulings. If he would speak up, but I'm not sure if we're able to. If student council is able to overturn personal
Because
challenges.
that was a challenge. Yeah.
And on one hand, I'm too scared to find out because if it's a yes, then that's giving Glass and Iron something to think about. But if it's
A lot
no,
of power.
yeah,
That basically means that challenge rulings don't actually matter. What matters is what happens in politics.
but we could still try. And if hopefully they say no, but if they say yes, we just have to do a better job of keeping control over student council. But going with your idea, Quinn, if ending it now, are you okay with that? That gives us power as first place. And the only thing to keep you guys in the running with us is having members. So if anyone gets expelled or fails a class, you're going to drop right back down. Do you want the points so I can tell you how far away you are?
Yeah, give me the points.
All right. It's a shame. Actually, I forgot what the points are at. I closed the
Oh,
document.
yeah, and if so basically if we end the tournament now, James, Team Gold will have first place and Heroes Corner because Heroes Corner goes to the winner of the tournament.
I guess, so you're trying. I thought you were going to cancel it, so you're going to just end it as the results are now. Okay. I thought you were just going to have a no contest. Okay. No, you're right. You're right then.
Well, a no contest would keep Silver from expelling 2 people.
No, because it was the wording was yeah, you're right. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Right.
So the benefit of a no contest is that Silver doesn't expel anyone. The benefit of ending it officially is that Gold wins.
Gold's gonna have 6 points. They'll have 5 points because they'll get 2 from winner. They get 2 from being first place, 2 from winner's corner, and 1 from their base.
Okay. We'll still have largest team, and then team like voting favorite kind of fluctuates.
You wouldn't get largest team because Fee and Sylvia would join. If this is the reality of actually no, Sylvia gets knocked out, then they're getting this one more member, so it's a tie. It's gonna be a tie between who's the biggest one.
We also would get Team Wood member back unless he got expelled.
Oh, that's true. So yeah, it depends on if you guys lose a member. It'll either be a tie or you guys will still keep it.
So the play would be to just call it a no contest to keep the points balanced.
By the way, first place is Gold with 37 points. For those who want to keep track, Iron is in second place with 32 points. Wood is in third place with 30 points. Glass is in fourth place with 29. And Silver is in last place with 23.
Okay. So we would want to call it a no contest because otherwise that power is going to be back to really imbalanced.
If we call it a no contest, it makes it fair for everyone. If we
Hmm.
can't keep it as results, then we win and we'll get a lot more points.
But the downside is that Silver would have to deal with their 2 expulsions, which can also very easily upset the largest team power. It would either it would either stay with wood or go to iron.
You got a point
which
there.
is a power again.
Plus, I don't think either of you guys would be fine with us doing that, so not a chance.
So we could vote to call it a no contest, and at least ask about how if we're able to overturn challenges. But I'm just remembering the backlash I got for trying to get rid of the weekly expulsion back when it was fee on the chopping block, and I don't necessarily want to go back to that.
I can bring it up. Most people, well, she actually stops for a bit and actually gets sad. Maybe someone else should bring it up. I'm not exactly the spotlight right now.
Who's fees representative in student council right now?
The old member of your team?
I thought it was like
Fielda.
Becky.
It was Fielda. Fielda's in there. I forgot Fielda's in that class. There we
Wait, don't we lose largest team if we call it a no contest?
go. How so?
They get 3 people. Becky goes back. Wait, because they said that if
Yeah, because they get fee.
Oh
and
yeah, they'll
Sylvia
end up getting. You're right.
Sylvia
they'll
They'll
get
get.
3 and we get 1, putting them 1 above us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
So,
speaking
And
of
yeah,
then I
No, it'll be
forget.
13-13, wouldn't it?
No, because we're up by 1 right now.
Yeah, you're right. It's 11-12, so that'll be
And then it'd
13.
be 14-13.
14-13. How many? They're only getting 2 members back though.
They get 3. They said they get Fee, Sylvia, and I think it was either.
Oh yeah,
Phila
they
or
had
Becky.
someone. No,
They
they
said-
no.
Yeah.
No, they. I think. Hold on, let me see if we're in their team. Because they only wanted Fee. They only wanted Sylvia and Fee. They don't care about the other 2.
Because I
All I
vaguely
wrote down
remember
was that
them
Fee
saying
joins
3
Iron.
people.
Oh no, there's a random. Okay, no, yeah, they. It will be a tie because they only asked for Fee and Sylvia. They didn't ask for Becky or. They said Becky and Fielda will go back to their original teams.
what was Fielda's
Alright.
original team, by the way? Glass?
Fielda is originally on glass,
Okay.
Oh, I thought she
so
was
it would basically still be a tie either way
gold.
because the last member of Team Fee is one of you guys people.
I would say the best person to bring that up would be Fielda, because she's in student council, and if she wants to remain a part of Team Silver, then she would be the best to propose it. And then the 2 of us can simply back up the idea.
That's fair.
That way, if it isn't possible, it's no skin off of either of our backs. Of course, that would require her agreeing with us on this.
It's a good thing we brought you here. Then we were trying to figure out what to do with the safety net we came up with. That's a good
Mhm.
idea. It's just ending the tournament.
And I can't think of a better way to use it on such short notice.
So, is there anything else we want to vote out or vote in or change?
Bro, all I could think of would just be like, why the fuck is Heroes Corner disconnected from first place? Like, I still hate that concept.
For this exact reason.
It's not even for this. It's just like, I don't want to challenge people for the first.
That's literally exactly for this. It's to force a challenge.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't originally like that. Team Iron
Yeah,
did
I
this.
know. I know we voted it into that. And I
Team Iron
remember,
did.
I vaguely remember arguing against it.
Yeah, but you were outnumbered because everyone wanted lunch.
No, Meek proposed it.
Yeah. No, Meek
Oh
proposed
no,
lunch.
it was tacked onto lunch.
Yeah, Meek proposed lunch,
That's
but
why
you needed
everyone
Team
voted
Iron to
for it.
pass it through, so they added it in. And everyone was like, well, Team Iron's already like the ultimate first place. No one's going to get near them. So they just were okay with it.
Damn. Then I propose we get rid of that.
That's true.
It was just tacked on with the lunch bill. So if that's also something we might actually be able to get team class on our side for, if one of you two doesn't agree with this.
Fee
But
will
it
look
would-
at you. Do you really trust Team Gold that much? You would be giving them basically control over a lot.
I was also thinking I also don't believe it should be 4 points. Ideally how I'd like it to work is just if you're first place, you get your 2 extra points on your vote and the fancy dinner.
So you want to get rid of the Winner's Corner's political pool.
That's my proposition.
That would be like overturning a school rule, though. We didn't establish that.
And
I guess
no one said
Leanne.
we can't.
I'm sorry, you're not scared of Leanne debating us into the ground about that?
Am I scared of Leanne? A little bit. But I don't think it could hurt to try.
So we'd basically be getting rid of the Winner's Corner, at least the point wise, and it'd make it a lot harder though if there end up being a massive gap in teams again.
That's true.
I guess if someone who gets overtaken and they can at least have right now, if we were to get overtaken by Iron somehow, and we manage to hang on to Winner's Corner, there's always a chance for us to still have some pool. But if we get rid of that, we are giving less points away. But Iron can always do what they did in the beginning of the year and just skyrocket through points-wise.
My thought was hoping that it would make the challenges more focused on gaining and losing points, and hopefully keep the balance of the teams so that you have a higher shot at so that you can gain the Winner's Corner back. But you do propose some very good arguments against it. But other than that, that's all I could think of to propose right now.
I'm still doing that school dance thing. I think it'd be really fun.
I don't see why not.
Great. And also,
Hell yes.
go away, Wolf. And also, we could do one more idea I had.
I'm gonna look at her like, what idea?
What if we enacted a rule of some type of student immunity? So one person.
What kind of immunity and what person?
Maybe every week or so, or maybe every month, someone can't be expelled through challenges.
And
Not
how do we
allowed
decide who that person is?
Well, the selfish way to do it by votes, and just pull our way through with our influence and other people's. We can keep our own safe if we feel like they're going to get targeted.
And the quote unquote fair way would be to roll a die or draw a name out of a hat every week.
Right.
I don't feel like it's a bad idea.
So now we're just playing Survivor.
We're just playing Survivor. Okay. And let's reenact the rule of someone has to leave every other week. But instead it's every week now. Someone has to be expelled every week.
God.
We're speedrunning the end of MEAGM. Here we go,
I'm
boys.
just saying though that voting would be quite nice for Team Wood should our secrets come out and Team Wood gets targeted.
Hang on, sorry. I'm just imagining fucking Aaron Maker coming out and being like, "Would anyone like to play any hidden immunity idols?"
We all know Lorden would be the one to bust that bitch out.
I give myself immunity. Dun dun. dun. Oh, Lorden. I'm shocking surprise there.
And who has immunity would be a public announcement every week or a private message just to that person.
For doing things fair, public.
Right? Reduces the scumminess that one can do.
If we do things unfair and not public, then we can have as much fun with that as possible. No one knows if they're risking their own lives for something that can't be done. If if two people challenge each other to get expelled, if one loses and one has immunity, they're not losing anything either way.
True. Then I'd say a public announcement every week would be best.
Right. Then on to the last thing. Are we gonna kick that snake bastard out? Not Toto. Ted.
I understand your suspicions of him, but I don't think there's enough evidence to simply expel him.
You gotta be kidding me, right? Quinn, everything Team Glass have been acting suspicious from the beginning. And they were involved. Even if Iron supposedly came with that question out of the blue when it came to taps, everything weird that's been happening with this tournament has been with Glass involved.
Huh. I mean, you're right. I don't want to be the person to make the decision on whether he gets expelled or not. So if you want to propose that, then I'll vote with you as long as you can get Erwin on your side.
Fine. He needs to go. He's a filthy little snake. What's good is someone deceiving us constantly and have to do anything with the school? He's done nothing but toy with us. You realize who he could be, right, Quinn?
I realize that, but again, I still don't think there's enough evidence. There's still other people it could be.
Have you even talked to him about it all?
I may or may not have been avoiding it.
You realize he almost killed your sister.
Probably, yeah. But you know, if I talk to him, he's just going to deny it.
Wasn't Leanne been teaching us our time how to spot a liar? How to weave our own words until they have nowhere to run?
Yeah.
He's really good at covering his tracks, but we have to start somewhere. We can't just let him keep doing this. Especially when we don't even know why he's doing this. All of it makes no sense. He didn't gain anything from all of this.
Then why not keep him here until we can figure out why he's doing all of this?
Because he's dangerous. He doesn't have the bite like Team Iron did. He wasn't trying to kill you or destroy our teams, but I
He's
felt like
just
if
trying to
he
cause chaos.
exactly, what if he wanted to? How much easier would it have been if he wanted to completely destroy Team Wood when he had the chance to? He's dangerous is all I can say.
All right. I'll talk to Erwin and probably Ted. But still, if Erwin says no, I won't vote with you two on this.
Right.
However, I also won't vote against it. If that
And
helps me.
got it.
Just, let me do the math real quick. That means if Iron and Glass have team favorite, you'll still probably lose, but that could help.
Something tells me he has team favorite. So a lot of people like Ted for some reason, and well, I guess Court makes sense. She's really friendly, listens to people.
Yeah.
Finn just sort of like scratches his head. I don't understand how someone that sweet is in the same team as a snake like that.
I mean, for a couple weeks, I thought there was a possibility that the sweetness was an act and she was the one behind it.
Feet will speak up. And what changed your mind?
Because I don't want to believe that.
Yeah, God, she's really sweet. Court wouldn't do something like that. The entire time she's been, she's done nothing but be nice.
But that's still part of why I am not entirely sure that Ted's the one fully to blame. There are other options. People we haven't thought of. People that we simply don't want to believe could do something like that.
Are you really going to take the obvious signs that Ted's been the manipulator and try to pin it on Court?
And you realize that if someone is as good at manipulating as they've demonstrated to have, like, to be, that it's quite easy to just have pinned this whole thing on Ted.
He gets upset. You have a point.
Until I have solid evidence, I can't simply agree.
Well, that's why you two in politics and I am not. I think if you are so keen on this, Glenn, maybe you should start looking for evidence and stop being so terrified. If you're gonna be useless in battle, you might as well use the battle you're good at.
I don't need Finn to call me out.
Just
God, I have to start being as smart as my character.
Oh no, the person to pick the social abilities has to be the social character. Oh no!
Shut up, James. I've been letting Toto do all the social stuff while I simply vote on things in politics. I forgot that politics means social manipulation.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Either way, oh god.
What time of day is this, James?
This
You
is
said it was
like-
Monday.
Yeah, it's like Monday. It's during like one of your breaks. It's probably like midday.
Give me at least tonight to talk to Erwin. I'll I'll talk to Ted by Thursday, though. All right.
Sounds good. Well, we all have to get back to our classes and things like that. So, secret
Mhm.
meeting adjourned, I guess.
Secret meeting adjourned.
All right. We're going to cut away to Saffron. What funny things are you doing?
Probably nothing funny right now. I said I was gonna wait to do my history project until after the tournament.
Got it.
So-
So Thursday.
So I'm probably doing homework, James.
Oh, you're being a good student.
Yeah.
Unlike
look,
Toto. Toto, what are you doing?
If you say homework, you're
You need to
copying
be
me.
quiet.
Uh-huh.
Toto is gonna go talk to Erwin, Quinn, and Sully, I guess, or Saffron, whichever one, because I'm just used to Sully. Anyway, because he wants to figure out a way to save Sylvia.
Funny you should mention that,
Yeah, you should mention
actually.
that. The NPCs have been
I-
secretly plotting.
I just had a secret meeting.
So yeah,
Turns
I
out the
told
NPCs
Quinn.
are smarter than we thought they were.
Turns out the NPCs are smarter than me, which is not to be unexpected. Seeing as James had to explain the voting scenario to me 3 times.
Alright,
Um,
I bring them together,
yeah.
now sit us down, and I'm like, okay,
Does this include me?
Yes.
yes, this
Okay.
includes you. We need to figure out a way to save Sylvia.
I actually have an answer to that for you.
Already?
We're ending the tournament. But not ending, simply calling it a no contest. So, as far as we can tell, the terms of that challenge will still go through and they'll still end up on Team Iron, but no one
She's
should
not
be
expelled.
expelled and no extra points should be distributed.
Oh my god, you're a genius. Okay.
I'm not a genius. I'm pretty sure this was Meek.
Well, this just takes off a lot of. Okay, so no big final challenge.
Hmm.
Perfect. Wait, when did you talk to Meek about this?
I assume that's why
about-
she came by earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh, by the
About
way,
2
you had a
hours ago.
lovely dinner with me.
Hmm? Oh, I had a lovely dinner
You
with
ate
Meek.
a lovely dinner
She
with
did
me.
drag you out and force you to eat dinner with her.
Incredible.
Cute.
Continue on.
Well, I mean, so long as it's already been discussed and decided and it saves Sylvia, I'm happy.
Hmm. Unless something comes out of the blue in terms of votes, that should be what happens tomorrow.
Well,
Which of
Sure.
you's bringing this up?
Hmm?
Who's bringing this up in politics?
I believe Meek is bringing this up. This is the one we hadn't discussed who should mention it in the first place.
Well, they didn't really care. If you guys will talk about it, but it doesn't matter because you guys have majority, so it's not you're not swaying anyone.
Yeah, unless Erwin has an idea of like whose reputation is this going to affect by
They would
bringing
say
it up?
Meek, everything that wasn't the last, like the whole overturning
Yeah.
bit, is Meek is bringing it up.
Meek will be bringing it up.
I hope that both of you realize that this could hurt you even more than hurt your reputations even more than they already are. When you're seen backing out of an agreement like this, even.
but it's also making it fair for all the other teams, and it's not exactly like one person is overly saving themselves. Team Iron was also on the line.
I think it would be more of a reputation harm if we voted to end the tournament early and everyone gains the benefits, especially with gold being the one to bring it up right now.
I suppose if you're proposing that an alternative, then yeah.
It's ultimately reputation-wise is going to be a matter of how we propose it.
But won't all the points get all wonky and stuff for votes?
That is true. Wouldn't we lose our team advantage?
We will lose largest team. And I believe that and Hero's Corner will stay with Iron, which means that after this week, we won't have as much of an equal distribution. But one can still challenge Team Iron for Hero's Corner. And I mean, we're only one away from largest team.
So what you're saying is we need to bring somebody over so that we can win largest team.
That is true.
It's
It's something.
Team Iron. I'm sorry, what?
It's something that if our reputation isn't as terrible, we can potentially bring someone over. Well, it would take two for it to not be a tie, but we can regain largest team power.
Well, sadly, getting Fee out of Team Iron isn't going to be exactly easy because
I
Casper has to
wasn't
get
talking
another.
about Fee. He's
Who
not
do
going
you-
to be an option.
Then who do you, or would you propose for that?
I genuinely don't know. I mean, Saffron came here randomly out of her own free will. Maybe if we went out and actually started recruiting, we could find someone. Doesn't
It's
have to be the big powers that everyone's talking about, that everyone's targeting.
However, if we take into account that. If we take into account Iron's original size and what they intended on doing when they first entered, they have a few places that they could recruit some of their own.
They are. What number did they start at, James?
15.
Yeah, so they will still want like one more.
It's be 13 to 13, so they need 2 more.
Hmm.
And with how their team has been maintaining their own reputation, I believe they would find it much easier to find new members than we would.
You have a fair point. Which brings me to something I had proposed we do while the power is still balanced, but it doesn't necessarily have to happen because Meek had some good ideas against it, which would be abolishing the Heroes Corner, cutting the politics votes down just to first place. And the fine dining would also come with that position. So Iron wouldn't be as much imbalanced point voting wise, but also, as Meek mentioned, there's potentially an issue of a wide points gap like there was in the past.
Mm-hmm. Especially if Iron's able to take, especially with Iron getting the largest team points, if they were able to challenge their way back up to the top.
Mm-hmm. They are one of the
Then-
more ambitious teams when it comes to challenges.
It's likely that they would take control of the entire school.
Mm-hmm.
So keep Hero's Corner at least.
Yeah. That's something that can always be directly challenged away. Just requires
Exactly.
someone to have the balls to do it.
They do come up with the terms of the challenge, so it's likely that you'll not end up winning.
Mm-hmm.
Team Iron really solidified their place in that hero's corner.
And then they were giving it up for this tournament. Calling it to an early conclusion does mean that they're going to be left with it.
And calling it and letting it end gives gold first place in Hero's Corner. And I'm sorry, but that wouldn't solve Toto's dilemma with Sylvia. Because the other option we had discussed was simply calling it early. Right now, gold would win, silver would lose.
Mind
I would
me,
prefer not.
but why should we save Sylvia? I understand that she's strong, however, she did throw away whatever position that she had. If we want to talk about destroying reputations, I believe she's done one of the worst in the school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you. Sylvia came to talk to me. As much as I want to save her, she did say not to worry too much if she doesn't wind up getting thrown out. But
the other potential option that would save her, not necessarily would, but it's a lot of potentialities, was the discussion of whether or not one can overturn a challenge.
that's not something I think I would want to bring into question.
You were already bringing it into question a little earlier, though.
It was discussed when we were talking about how we're the greatest way right now to keep the balanced power is the fact that silver is its own team, and with Fielda has a say in politics now. And therefore,
but if we can just overrule the conditions of a challenge, that means Team Iron can overrule any of them and keep themselves in the hero's corner, keep themselves with their voting power, keep Fee and Sylvia on their team, and any possibility it would screw everybody over and challenges would mean nothing.
Which is why we said that if it's something Team Silver does want to try for, one, for the sake of Gold and Wood's reputation, it would have to be Fielder that brings it up. And two, we don't necessarily know if we want the answer to be that you can.
I mean, thinking about it, it would take challenges out completely, wouldn't it?
No one would accept a challenge if they knew that the challenger had the voting power to just change it. Because again, the overturning of challenges of the challenge terms would have to be voted by politics class. It would require a lot more thought.
That's a power that shouldn't be given to anyone lightly.
Exactly.
We're not ready for something like that. Just do what you think is best. I would just prefer for Sylvia to stay.
The other thing we talked about in that meeting was pertaining to Ted. They They want to expel him.
They just want to bring that up in politics just as a vote.
They have the
That-
voting power.
Still doesn't seem very fair.
And
I-
quite honestly, as much as I think it is Ted, there's no guarantee that it is Ted. I just very much think that it is.
So what I told them was that, one, I'm not 100% convinced it's Ted because there's no complete evidence. And so I'm spending the next couple days at least looking to see if there is evidence.
If you can
And so I
find
told
any,
them if I'm still not convinced, then I'm going to abstain unless Erwin tells me to vote to expel Ted. So if I abstain, then the ball is in either team's court for that vote. It's going to depend on what team has the fan favorite advantage.
I may be the leader of this team, however, I don't think that I determine how you vote in politics.
I
I
think
mean-
that this kind of thing isn't necessarily a decision for me to make on my own, though.
and quite honestly, that is something that comes with being a leader, is something like this.
To be honest, I believe that it's him entirely, and I would like to see him have his just desserts for what he's done. But does anyone remember what happened the last time that we had a direct vote to vote somebody out? I'm certain I don't need to remind any of you of that.
And I mean, I don't like anything that he's done or this great pretender has done, but if we can figure out who it is and turn them to our side, I mean, they helped Barkley. I gave them leverage, but they did save him.
They started it all.
What Meek mentioned is that up until now, at least, the Great Pretender hasn't seemed to be on anyone's specific side. They've just been more on the side of chaos. And so it's a terrifying thought that anyone could have their favor. Therefore, is that something that we want to leave out in the open? If we do collect evidence that Ted is the Great Pretender.
He should be exposed for it if we do collect evidence. However, if we were to start a trial now, we would have nothing to show for it.
Exactly.
So just hold off on voting against Ted until we have the evidence for it.
I told them to give me until Thursday on that because if the tournament sees itself through, ends early, or is called a no contest, any of those three options will lose. This voting scenario will be over before next Tuesday. So we won't have this power to just do something.
Right.
So if we want a chance to expel Ted, if we want the possibility of that, now would be the time to do it. Now would be the time to collect evidence.
Well, I can try for my part. Erwin's probably better at actually investigating, so. And you can go talk with people.
There's not much
I was-
physical evidence to investigate.
It's going to be whether we believe he's the culprit or not, which is why this kind of scenario is our best chance to expel him rather than what happened with Barkley, where there was physical evidence to present.
Physical evidence that he was able to tamper with.
Or somebody
Physical
else.
evidence nonetheless.
they know about me, right?
That's
you
what
referring to
you
as they?
claimed, at the very least.
And I'm going to be exposed anyway. If I can get to Ted and to any of the other suspects, and I can narrow it down from there, you know, if I try hard enough, then that's evidence enough, right?
I would like to remind you that first off, people would have to go off of your own word that you are indeed a Pathfinder. And that, second off, being a Pathfinder doesn't mean that you're a truth teller, so to speak. You could be lying.
Especially if whoever the Great Pretender is knows of your powers, then who's to say they can't try to manipulate what vision you see into something that proves their innocence?
It's possible, but I would say that option is less likely, considering their unpredictability.
Well, they did mind control somebody, and the drunk memories, that was odd.
I'm saying even if we do believe Toto's telling the truth every time and he gets the most accurate information he can, there's a chance of manipulation in that information. So I wouldn't take it as all the evidence you need. Just as someone can tamper with physical evidence, it's even easier to tamper with your own mind. But nonetheless, we can investigate this week and hopefully come to a conclusion by Thursday.
If you have anything that you think I would be able to help with, I suppose I could try to find time. Or make time, I guess.
I'll be sure to let you know. I'm going to go catch up on my homework before I start figuring all this out.
Just like that. The
like
team
that.
disperses. Any final RP before we wrap up the session?
I need to plan about Casper and how I'm supposed to fucking approach Casper.
Don't.
Don't.
Just don't. Sylvia's not there to like get mad at you. She'll be gone.
Yeah, she won't know.
According to your plan right now, she still might be here.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and in which case,
And
you don't
even
need
if
to be
she
friends
was
with Casper.
gone,
Boom.
That's
if
true.
if she was gone, do you really think that Toto is gonna go back on his word?
He could. No one would know.
Nobody would know.
No one else was in the room where it happened. The room where it
We all
happened.
know Toto is a pathologic liar.
Yeah.
How would they know?
That's what the PATH and Pathfinder stands for.
Pathological.
Pathological liar.
On that note, we are going to pull the camera back with the Great Pretender playing in the background as Team Wood decides what to do next with this surprising amount of power they have in their hand. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next week.